Okay. Good morning, everybody, or afternoon, or your regional equivalent, and welcome to the Forever Cold War, and very specifically, Deep A102, a Rebel Battalion stick deep in the heart of Last Stand Navy territory, attempting to locate the Last Stand Navy's secondary command center and mark it for the Rebel Battalion battalions to come and destroy it. So we're obviously joined by people like Jonas, Oddie, Super Busy, Alex, Abstruse, who are new, and these five guys, as well as Viren, but Viren can't join us today. He's backup. There's also people like Icemorn who might join us, maybe will, I don't know. But there's some backup people. And basically these guys have a ship. They're in a section of my universe. And we're playing with the Stars Without Number rule set loosely, but primarily. Um, and basically, these guys have a choice of missions, and they have other stuff they can do. They have manufacturing, they can resources and other stuff, and they can kind of like have a bit of fun. But it's all roleplay and a game, so all for amusement. So everybody, hello.
So,
Thank you, Jonas.
Hello.
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 Silence.
Thank you, guys. Very nice. Okay, so you guys have all finally woken up from your little 2-month long trip. Let me go pull up something for you. Okay. Might just skim over this.
Said
That's
we
fine.
were asleep the whole time.
Nah, you weren't asleep. But some of you might have been.
Ah.
Alright, transmission A10201. And it goes without saying that you guys are Squad Deep A102. You guys have already had a mission without Jonas last week. And we didn't actually have a name for the squad yet. You guys can name your squad whatever the hell you want, but your designation is A102. So Deep A102, this is Powell Courtier. He's a deep operations manager. This is Powell Courtier, and the last message you'll get from me for a while. I hope you've enjoyed your 2-month flight from the Galaxy Center. Sorry that your VGP isn't faster, but at least it's untraceable. As far as I'm aware, Delta Harness managed to get your ship to you quickly and without much notice. The events with Carmack were regrettable and will prove to be problematic. Perhaps you'd managed to save him? Well, perhaps if you had. We have other teams on the center to deal with that mess. Now, concerning your objective, Outpoint is the codename of our LSN informant in this zone. He'll be routing fleet movements and general mid-level chatter to us through AO2, who's another deep stick for the Rebel Battalion. However, that's only mapped fleet movements. Rogue patrols are not something we can account for. Keep an eye out and keep your heat signature low. Stick to lightly populated solar systems. Your reactor should be routing most of its power to this comms array. Keep it on. Other groups might need your assistance at a moment's notice. There's not much help I can give you besides what you've already been briefed on. Help your fellow allies. You are a combined force. For every A we lose, we will be more exposed and less supported. Otherwise, locate your target quickly. We're losing ground and we can't afford to keep this up for another year without hitting something critical. Now, for general sense, try to keep the LSN off your scent for where possible. Vary your targets, strike in different areas. You'll want to confuse them and make them route task forces to the wrong places. But you won't keep that up for long. The admirals and captains in these parts will grow wise. Don't become such a nuisance that they send a superior captain after you, please. If you absolutely have to ditch your ship, do so. Your escape vessel has a micro VMP drive. You can even use it for other purposes. Other allies have ships they can offer you if it comes to that. Otherwise, stay stocked, stay healthy, and breathe. For forever freedom. Communication exhausted. You probably got that at some stage, and it was just logged in your data processor.
yeah.
Anyway, you've all woken up, you've all come to the mess conference, and you've all just had that thing read itself to you. How are you all feeling?
Tired.
I'm ready to hit stuff.
Happy to be ready, happy to get back to work.
Happy to get back to work. Okay. So, Jonas, you went to data processing and you basically thumbed through all the missions and information that you have. And you guys have this large steel lockbox on the ship. And you have to go to deliver it to Deep A43, who's another rebel stick, and they're actually very much in your area of operation. They're also hunting, and they're kind of one of your friends. And that's probably, well, that is probably what you're going to do first. Otherwise, do you guys want to talk about anything else while now that you're all here and we've kind of got like time to talk about things and changing up the ship, obviously. What you guys thinking?
Look out for air converters.
Bloody hell, stress. Ah, so busy. Yeah. That's actually.
I'll stop that.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, the problem is I didn't record that. I'm very sad. I think Abstruse did, but
I believe he did.
Didn't record what?
the little training simulation you guys did. I didn't record it.
You mean the third one?
No, the
The
second.
one with the air converter.
The one with the air converter
Oh
rocket
yes, I
launcher.
recorded that one. I
'Cause-
recorded that one.
Yeah, because Super Busy got like two
And I
12s on his
recorded
tech
half of the
rolls,
first one.
which was very
Was that the
ridiculous.
one that we had to skip halfway due to
Oh yeah.
Super Busy coming back? That wasn't recorded.
I get you. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Alright guys, well yeah, your first mission is basically go and grab the, go deliver this large lockbox to A43. But
You might want to link my channel name, by the way.
I'll do that. I'll do that in the description. You can go look at the little videos there. But it's only like half a video, so it's fine. I also need to upload the one for the brief. Anyway, so you guys are a nice big rebel stick
You
and
cut out.
other stuff. So go on.
Go on. You cut out for a decent chunk of that.
What? Really?
Yes.
Did I seriously? That's infuriating. Okay. I think I'm stable now, so that should be fine.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay, guys, what you want to do? Let's talk about things.
Yeah, we should probably get the lockbox delivered.
Yeah.
Where are we delivering it to?
One of the other deep sticks in the region.
Good old Viren sadly couldn't join us, but the pilot's over here. He's standing at the back of the meeting room. He's kind of leaned up against the wall, and he says, I know where it is. I know where they are. You guys have like a list of meeting points for them. I know we can go there now. You're actually
Yeah,
already
but-
on your way.
Get in touch with them. Tell them we're coming.
Aye, aye, Captain.
And let's get this party started.
Let's get this party started. All right, Growlner goes out. Of course, you guys now have a Mickey. Which you guys can leave the mess. It's
Alright,
fine. We're
yeah.
disband. Doesn't matter.
Everyone dismissed.
Oh, flippin' Mickey. So okay, you guys. So Growler's over there, and he's plotted in a little course to get you guys to the rendezvous point with A43. Is there anything else we wanted to talk about?
Let's see, in our first mission, let's just get caught by a rogue patrol.
That'd be interesting.
How much time is this
Critical
journey going
fail
to
on
take?
your piloting roll.
Sorry, super busy?
How much time is this journey going to take?
Oh, not all too long. Like in universe, maybe a couple hours, but then it'll probably pretty much be done.
Okay, so I have some time. The coolant stuff that I got from the mission we played last week.
Oh yeah, from the.
Can I
GCD.
start looking into that and trying to work out how I could make it stabilize my gun?
Sure. I mean, you could have been looking into that for the whole last week. That's fine, actually.
Well, yeah, but
But I get you. Also, Alex and I have been working out what you guys need for like a little reactor. I actually need to finish that for the drone. In technical, little drone. You guys also have Meki. Meki is fine. What he needs to be of much, because he's only got like a peacekeeping mode that makes him just basically target people that have guns out. So if he's actually ever going to become useful as like an ally, you need some some IFF equipment and some other stuff. Also, Alex wants to one day build himself an exosuit. Gonna have to keep an eye out for like exosuit parts and sensors and like neural sensors and things like that.
And I need a hammer.
Yeah. Other than
did you want?
I mean, all things considered, preferably we want to get better fabrication tech.
yeah, you guys have a basic
fabricate all
fabricator.
Do you
Yeah,
want
so we
a
just
tech
fabricate
roll on that then?
Yeah, give me like a little tech roll. Let's see what you've been up to the last week. Well, the last 2 months since you've. It's actually been 2 months.
That's a
technically.
bad tech roll for me.
8. It's fine. You looked at it and it's a pretty nice high grade canister of like Nuranic coolant or something. But you could probably use it to make your gun a little bit better. We'll probably deal with that once we finish this mission. Because your gun already has some buffs, because you've been tinkering with it. So I don't really want to give you more right now. Maybe after. Anyway, the ship's nearing. The VGP is on full blast. And Growlner's, you know, you've entered one of the solar systems of this zone that you're in. And Growlner's now slowly taking you close to one of the planets. You got like a little bit left. Want to decide on anything else? Yeah, so it's like those things. Also, you guys have cargo and all that stuff, but you already know that. I'm also saying that for the record. Pharmaceutical, all these other things. And Jonas, of course, everyone wants to seal up the air vents, the airlocks, and reroute the other one, which I'll do at some stage. Okay. All right, guys. Communication coming in for you, Jonas, if you want to go up to the bridge. Hey, boss. Growlner turns around, looks at you, goes, "Hey, boss. I think we're in range of those guys. You see that little moon out there? Yeah, I think they're hiding somewhere on there."
Alright.
So,
can you get in touch with him?
sure, boss. Yeah, he sends out a little Noid ping into the area, and you just wait for a little bit. You wait, and he sends out another ping, and you wait, and you wait. And eventually, you get a very slight ping back, and it gets a bit louder and louder, and eventually, you get a fully fledged little communication link. And you hit it, it activates, and it's the face of Yolp Ferris Kanesh, a guy with a ridiculous name, and everyone knows it. But you know, he just lives with it. He's had it his whole life, and you know, in terms of Rebel Battalion people, he's quite well known, and perhaps only because of that name. So Yolp Ferris Kanesh, the designated leader of Deep Stick A42. A mid-aged and well-versed man. He's had a share of deep operations and is not a fan of them anymore. He's looking to retire soon, and with him, his stick, also operating in the neighboring zones to locate the LSN Secondary Command Center. So good old Yolp comes up on the screen, and he's like, "Hello, Deep A102. How are you doing?"
Hello?
"Hi." "How are you doing?" Yeah?
You just said nothing, because...
It cut out
I was
again?
like, what?
Oh, my life.
Yeah, you
Okay.
just said literally nothing.
Wow, I'm amused.
I was like, what?
Anyway, hello, Deep A102. You guys have finally gotten here. It's good to see you. Do you have the lockbox we're waiting for?
Yep, we got it. Where do you want to meet?
We'll bring the ships together.
Alright, sounds good.
A43 drops out of the distance, and good old Growlner has it on sensors. And the two ships come together.
Bring us together.
And he comes on board, basically. So, you know, they come through the airlock, and you guys go and meet each other, and you say hello. And you take him through to the cargo area. I don't have him here, because it's fine. We can imagine it.
Yeah.
I didn't spend time making a whole extra ship that we're going to use for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, that's fair.
So they come over on board, and you guys all like shake hands. You meet them, and so it's like, okay. So this is Deep A43, and Yolop kind of briefs you on what they've been up to. They've been in the area. They've been scouring the place, and they've been keeping a good eye on what the LSN have been up to. The LSN are relatively unaware of your presence, and Yolp has kind of been like trying to get some connections with some of the pirates. Some of the other more, shall we say, unsalubrious, shady groups. People like Wallop, people like Wallen, that shadow provider that you know you have to go contact at some point, but that's going to be for later. And so, you know, he kind of briefs you on what the LSN have been up to. It's like, okay, there's this LSN ship coming through the solar system in about a day or two, and on it they've got a bunch of documents. But the problem is, we don't exactly know which planet they're going to or at what specific time they're going to arrive. Unfortunately, one of our friends, Deep A71, had that information on their primary computers. But they've gone dark. We've lost them for like the last 2 days. I'm just
Damn.
starting to get a bit worried. They're probably over at the other side of the solar system. And so you... Yeah.
I want us to go check it.
I would highly appreciate it. My guys are tired, scarred, and probably not up to a spacewalk if that ship has been hit.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take a rest then.
Yeah.
If y'all need it.
Yeah.
Take a bit of a break.
Yeah, Yollop's wearing quite a scarred quite a scarred battle suit. It looks like it's been through the wars. Oddly enough, it doesn't look like he's been shot by many LSN rounds, and more like he's been shot by people with kinetic bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Maybe he's had a few run-ins with the pirates.
Yeah, it's almost like talking to pirates doesn't always work out.
Very much so. So, Yollop is like, okay, there's this guy called Wallen, and I think you already have his information, which you do. And he says, the guy's a bit interesting, esoteric, but he'll give you good stuff. Be careful with any other shadow providers you might bump into, or as we call them, black market dealers. Some of them aren't, he points to one of the scars on his left arm. They're not as friendly, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And so he gives you the last kind of known location of Deep A71, over on the other side of the solar system. Because this solar system, which was just one of many in this large zone that you guys are looking in, searching around, is one of the designated sort of safe points or meeting points for deep sticks, which is quite interesting. And so he gives you the position of A71, and you take him up over to the large steel lockbox. And he's like, oh, bloody hell, finally. I see they finally got my order in.
What you got in there?
He says, I don't know, but probably some nice old Illyrian rifles, fresh off the presses.
That's good shit.
They tell me they're like SMGs, but even better. Multiple shots, lots of ammo, don't run out of it, penetrates through armor. Not as good as Galzion, but sprays and praise.
What is as good as Galzion at this point?
Absolutely.
They also have it down to a science, literally.
Anyway, so you guys hand over the lockbox to him. He and his guys take it through the cargo lift in the cargo area. There, the ships kind of like connect, and they transfer the thing, and it's gone. And you guys also see some of Yollop's other guys, and they're like they range in age from the very young to the quite old, and these guys are quite scarred and battle worn. And as Yollop's walking out, he's saying, I hope you guys can carry the flame for me and my lot. We're really out of it. We're probably not going to be...
You're getting too old for this shit?
He nods and says, yes, I'm getting way too bloody old for this shit.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Oh my word. And so Yollop and his crew go onto the other ship, take the crate with them. You now have A71's location. They bugger off. Everything closes up. And he tells you that they're probably going to go try and do a little hit and run on the LSN Zone Command. Not to get anything out of it, but just to sort of pull the LSN out of these sectors. Because although they've been unaware, they've been kind of buggering about in very annoying areas. Some of the like deep stick drop points and other things. And so they're going to go. And so if you don't hear from them, they've probably gotten themselves shot. And he says that laughingly and walks off.
Be careful.
He nods his head and goes off. All right. The rest of you guys can talk as well. You're free to have a chat.
Yeah, I'm gonna head back up to Grolner and just give him the position.
Yeah.
A7.
Yeah.
Get us moving that.
Growlner hammers in the coordinates, and he's like, "All right, guys, you all ready? This might be an interesting."
Talk of him hiding behind a wall.
Fair enough. Yeah, you can't talk if you're still in the mess conference. Oh yeah. Anyway, so Growlner gives you Deep A71's location, and Growlner takes Deep 71's position, hammers it into his computer, and off the ship starts going. Yeah.
All things considered, I doubt it's going to be Alyssa and who've taken these guys out if they are taken out.
Mm.
So, I'm saying this. I assume we have an intercom system.
Yeah, you got like a
shipwide,
it's
basically.
fine. Yeah, you're all on the radio.
So, yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Alyssa and who've taken these guys out. So, I want people primarily picking, if you've got extra utility pouches, keep them on, but replace, if you've got anti-energy, replace it with anti-kinetic. So, get Uber carbon plates on.
I've got Uber carbon on, but I've also got the energy one on. Do you want me to put something else on?
No.
Or?
If you've got both on, keep both on.
Hmm.
If you've got extra utility pouches, switch, and if you've got extra utility pouches and reflective hypersteel, switch the reflective hypersteel for Uber carbon.
Yeah, you can still, you can absolutely do it. Let me just close my door. Okay. All right, guys, tell me when you've swapped out your equipment, and then we'll get close to the ship. Okay. The equipment thing, by the way, is all the way at the bottom. Let me bring it back to the top. Handouts, setup data, CW equipment. Hello? Oh, wait. I'm stupid. Literally, I'm a cheeseball.
Nothing new.
Nothing new. FCW equipment. That's what I want. Here we go. Okay, there we go. It's at the top. FCW equipment. Let me actually put it at the top instead of just saying it's at the top. Hello? Yeah, thank you. Great. Okay, there you go. You can grab your plating and armor. Okay. Let me just prepare something.
Because considering pirates were specifically mentioned, I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be pirates.
Yes,
Could I put like, a target where I'm pinging, just so I can have like a makeshift shooting range down this corridor?
A target? Where exactly?
Out there. There's just something over the wall, so I'm not just destroying the wall.
Ping one more time for me, so busy. I'm lost. Oh, I get you. Okay, yeah, sure. Yeah, you can get that there. You can get like a nice little target over there. Let me grab some steel. Yeah, let's put a little target over there. Dunk. Yeah. Okay. Let me just prepare this next level. Okay, so as you guys are coming in, you can still keep changing your gear and put on your right armor and stuff. So as you guys are coming around to the other side of the solar system, Grelner starts to pick up the signal of this ship. Now, normally you shouldn't be able to pick up these ships. That's the entire point. And so he's understandably a little bit worried.
That's not exactly a good sign.
And he says over the intercom, "Guys, I'm picking up the ship's signal. That's not a good sign."
Yep, no.
Not a good sign at all.
Alright. Well, let's get in there. See if there are any survivors. Otherwise, salvage what we can. And if the ship's too screwed to fly, even if there are survivors, we still salvage what we can.
Absolutely. All right. So you guys are coming in, and you see this ship just hanging there, and it's one identical to yours actually. It's another Correga, but it's got large holes in it, as if it's been punched through by something very, very powerful. And it's got a few of these little holes. Not many. It's got like 3, but it's they're still pretty big holes, like probably almost half a room size. And there's
Does it look like a Scion fire?
It's hard to tell. It looks like Illyrian fire, oddly enough. Or maybe it is Galzion, but
Would some kind of roll help to determine?
Checks.
Yeah, sure. Give me a roll. Determine whether it's Galzion or Illyrian. All my life. Okay. Well, that's one person.
Always over 11, right?
So busy. Go for it.
No, what roll?
Give me. Yeah. Give me perception.
This will go so well.
Actually, give me combat energy weapons. Give me
Yeah, I
combat
was gonna
energy.
say I'm rolling combat energy weapons.
Yeah. Roll me some combat energy weapons.
Do you want me to change it from Dex though? If this is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Intelligence.
Roll it with like intelligence.
Mm.
7.
Okay.
Not terrible.
Yeah, not bad. 9. Okay, also good. Okay, so both of you look at this, and Jonas kind of thinks it's probably maybe more an Illyrian, but could maybe be a Galzion. But Super Busy looks in it and he's like, no, I think that's definitely Galzion. There's just that faint little telltale orange glow still around those holes. It's not bright.
What I detect.
Very faint. You detect that there are really deep holes. No, you detect
I
that.
get a 13 for that?
You've been getting really high rolls pretty consistently. I don't know. Anyway, no, look. You can tell that there are pretty big holes in that. By the size of them, they probably vented quite a few of the rooms on the ship. So you won't necessarily be going into an oxygen-sealed environment. Let's put it that way.
We got our oxygen tanks?
Yeah.
I was about to ask the same thing.
Yeah. You've got oxygen tanks and helmets and stuff. Your suits are basically built with oxygen stuff kind of taken into account in case you have to do spacey stuff. So you just slap on your helmets in preparation and you're ready. Other than that, the ship is quiet. Grounder tries to Noid ping it, no response. Although, yeah, there's just debris and metal floating about the place. It's singed.
Yeah, everybody meet up by the airlock. We're gonna do a spacewalk, see if there's anything salvageable in there, or any survivors. I doubt there's gonna be survivors, but they could maybe have hidden. There might still be a what's it called? Oxygen, fucking sealed rooms
I get you.
in the ship, so there might well be survivors.
And if there aren't, then if we have the time, we could salvage their engine and such.
Yeah.
Because
And if the
having a reserve
reactor-
engine to muddle with would be very nice.
all things considered, if we can detect them, engines probably entirely screwed.
Probably.
But considering we can detect them, reactor might still be operational. So we might be able to get a second reactor out of this. We'll see,
Let
though.
us focus our salvage efforts on the hardest to gain components, such as, reactors and such. So
Why don't
things
you get
which are
everything? Not like
valuable.
we're timed.
Yeah, well, if we have the time, just salvage the entire ship.
Oh,
If
absolutely.
there's no survivors. Just grab absolutely everything.
The thing is that this ship is already quite detectable. It's unfortunately, and you're in a lightly populated civilian area. The likelihood of another ship seeing this ship's just magnetic pings is probably going to draw some people's attention. Because generally in FCW territory, well, in Last Stand Navy territory, people investigate destroyed ships.
If
This
we
might be
connect to
something
the
we can
ship,
try and fix if the engine's leaking or something.
Yeah. Sorry,
I was
Jonas?
gonna say if we connect to the ship, we share our stealth field-ish thing with it.
Sure. Yeah, a little bit.
Well, then we do that.
Will it be possible to put in more coolant or fuel to overdrive it temporarily?
Yeah. Then yeah. So the vectored gravitic propulsion engine that you guys have, so number one, it's not magnetic propulsion, so it doesn't send out it's not magnetically reflective. This ship, however, is sending out a vectored magnetic field. You'd have to go in, turn it off, and then effectively it would actually be quiet. But the problem is
That's
then
your guys' jobs.
yeah, but then you could effectively try and attach that ship to your ship with your drive and sort of pull it away, maybe. It would be possible. But if you kill its reactor, so it stops letting off a heat signature, then you'll also probably help yourself a lot. But this thing has like Galzion heat and other things in it, so it's problematic. But you could probably clean that up, maybe. But that's just an assumption that you make, just kind of looking at it.
But
All right.
As said, everyone to the airlock.
Everyone to the airlock, and make sure that you are. Ooh. And make sure
I
you're
keep mistaking the cargo bay for the airlock. I'm doing well.
It's alright. It's alright.
We've sealed up the bottom
How am I
airlock
the only one
Yeah.
who takes this airlock?
because it's sealed.
it's sealed. Remember, you guys wanted to seal
Actually
it?
sealed it?
Yeah, they
Yes.
sealed it. I just have to make the map change, and then it's fine.
So we have sealed it.
Yeah, you have sealed it. You just so
Why did we seal? Oh, we only sealed. We still get the room, right?
yeah, you still got
Yeah.
the room. That's why I made the little white box there. As you guys leave, Growlner just locks everything and puts the mech marine into defensive mode. He prepares himself in case of other madness. You guys all go in. You equip your spacesuits. Well, not your spacesuits, but your helmets basically, and little tiny jetpacks just to kind of propulse yourself around. And you all head out into the deep, dark reaches. So, Starship A71. Now, here's the thing. You slowly move yourselves around it. And it's evident, number one, that there are two entry points. The evacuation pod, the evac pod, bay door is open. And it's just empty into there. Secondarily,
Okay.
the cargo bay entrance door looks like it's been blown wide open. It seems to have been where one of those large bullet shots went
Is that
through the
one that
ship.
would be over here?
Yeah, that's the one that would be over there. So you have two entry points, here or here, and you are free to
If it's
choose.
the same if it's the same layout as our ship,
Let's go from the
Front,
back.
front. No, front. Front.
The back
Sit
is
back.
closer to the reactor, though.
Yes, but the front is closer.
That is a
to
fair
the-
point.
The
The
front is
back
closer.
is probably easier to not die.
Choose. Don't cut me off. The front is closer to the defensive turrets, which we don't know if they're active.
Oh yeah, good point.
Remember? If those are active, we want to go in the front.
Mm.
And we can probably take our time. At least a
Yeah.
decent chunk of it.
Oh yeah, you can take your time. There should be no
So-
immediate time.
This is why we go in the front.
Front it is.
Okay. So, you guys spacewalk out onto the ship's hull. It's with some magnetic boots. You walk across. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun. You get to the entry point. And here, let me do a good old reveal. Good old handy reveal. Okay. You guys all clamber in. And number one, it's completely, obviously, space. There's no oxygen. It's still empty in here. And these
There's no
burn
cargo.
marks. There's no cargo. Their vehicle, and their vehicle looks very badly shot up by small arms fire. But it's kinetic bullets, interestingly enough.
Alright, so either go
So
engage initially and then target it
essentially, what happened is their
afterwards.
ship had Galzion cannons, but then it was pirates that were just using kinetic weapons.
Yeah. They might have gotten. But if pirates boarded first, then they would have no real reason to destroy the ship if it's pirates. If it's pirates, they would love a ship like this. Because it would just let them do whatever they wanted. Basically.
Who else uses kinetic weaponry?
I do.
GCD,
I mean,
Galaxies and Defenders
GCD,
also use kinetics.
the CC do as well.
Yeah, of course,
But I
Zealots.
doubt there's CC up here.
Nah, you're way too far away for that. Okay, so you guys proceeding to the north, eh?
Is
I mean, it's gonna be hard
the
to get past the vehicle.
Yes, Alex?
is the artificial gravity online?
Yes, it is. It's online. The reactor is online, and the engine seems to be hardly working, but it is still slightly online.
Abstruse. Up here.
Do you want to go to the other side?
No. We move as a squad. Don't move away from the
Alright.
squad.
Yeah, stick together. It's a little more survivable. Makes sense.
Abstruse in the front.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are the
Thank
tankiest
you.
boy. Okay, let me be quiet. So
When
you
we start actually doing
now
movement counts.
now surprisingly. Ooh, make marines. Yeah, why is this still here? Okay, let me fix that. All right. Okay, so gentlemen, select your characters.
Initiative, suckers!
In my life, and roll for initiative. So you come up to the door, and it looks like it's been leveraged open by something heavy. It doesn't look like someone just, well, pried it open easily.
How did I roll for the initiative?
So Alex, click your token, click your character.
Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, I remember.
Then, okay, good. Yeah, then go to your character sheet and click initiative.
I got a 6.
Yeah, but you must make sure that your character is still selected, Alex.
Your token.
It was not.
It was not. I can do it for you if you're struggling, Alex. Oh, you got it, you got it. And you technically
And then
got...
change that to 6.
Yep, and you technically got a
Big.
6. Okay. Alexis, what the hell? Alex or Super Busy, who wants to go first when it's your turn?
I can be last.
You're free to change that. You both basically just act at the same time. Okay, so the door looks like it's been leveraged open by someone probably with like a nice heavy tool. It doesn't look like it's been shot open. The second door, however, looks like it's taken a few bullets into itself, and it looks like it's been pulled back into position. So you guys are free to actually take your moves.
That implies that someone might still be
Let's
alive.
hit the second. Let's hit the first door with my hammer. Maybe it'll
Yep.
break down.
Why would you? The first door is open.
But the first door is not.
Do you mean
The
this door?
first-
Abstruse?
That one is. That one isn't.
Yeah, the first door is this one, which is open.
First two
The
at the
second
top.
Is that?
Okay. Anyway, so you want to go hit the door. Am I right?
Yeah, but not his turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, go with your turn.
You wait for your turn.
But you guys can, of course, hold turns and do other things.
Mhm.
Okay, Jonas, what do you want to do?
Did we hear anything particular that made us, go into combat mode?
No,
Otherwise-
this is just combat mode.
Okay, at that point, why would we have rolled initiative?
I just want you to. I just want you to have a slower way of going through this, trust me.
Fair enough, Labs. Alright.
But you're free to
oh.
hold your move and let other people go first and do other stuff. Until you're actually properly in combat, then it's actually fine. But I just want to kind of limit your movement so you guys can be at different places at different times and have stuff happen like that.
Alright. Now, here's how we're gonna do this. I want... Damn it. Alright, who's the best hacker here? I'm gonna assume that's...
That
I'm
Who's
gonna
the
assume
best
that's
what?
Hacker.
I'm probably the best hacker with computers.
Yeah,
Oddie's the
security
best
computers.
hacker. I'm the best mechanical hacker.
Yeah, because I want... Firstly, I want that door down, which means hammer. Secondly, the moment that door goes down, I want someone up there to possibly hack the turret if it's still operational.
Well, that would be Oddie, not me, most likely.
Yeah, I'm assuming as much as well, but can't be sure.
And
So-
the other turret at the bottom too.
Yeah, well, we can ignore that for now.
Yeah. Get that later. Okay.
So that's initial plan. So Get into
Wait,
position.
can't I just climb to the top and then hit the
What?
What?
navigation room? Break in from the top?
So
It's a
okay.
sealed room.
Do you see how thick all so the bridge is actually in a sealed room, covered by metal. This isn't like a low wall. This is a like an actual floor to ceiling, ship spanning wall, and then
Yeah.
above that is like 5
And-
meters of metal.
And while I'm
That
assuming
seems
that
like
that's
something I
gonna
could
be,
not get by, so never mind.
yeah, I was gonna say, gonna assume that's a more competent type of metal than most of the rest of the ship as well.
Yeah.
All things considered, because you want to protect your bridge.
Okay, go for it, guys. Execute your plan.
That's the initial plan. So get into positions.
Well,
The rest of us hold back. Yeah, rest of us hold back behind this door.
Okay.
Alright, get to it.
So abstruse at the front, then Oddie and me.
You guys are free to move, by the way. You can go. The turn time doesn't matter right now until you guys actually get into combat. It's fine. I won't be too stringent until it actually matters. If you get into combat, that is.
Yeah, and us other two hold back behind this door. Behind this door. Yeah, Alex. Behind this other door.
Behind the other dwellings. There you go. Yeah.
Alright, hit it.
Okay, who's going first? You gonna try and hack the door open, or pull it open, or bash it
I
open?
said hammer it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Abstruse. Give me an attack.
Not my turn yet, though.
No, you can
Everyone
go.
agrees?
I just said you can go out of turn until we get into like combat or until it matters. I was gonna let it go in turn, but that would have been annoying. So it's fine. We can just go out of turn. Go for it. Give me a good old attack. Kaboom! You bash the door, and it buckles and just shatters into little bits and in caves into the hallway. And what little oxygen there is comes flooding and flying into your face, pushing you all the way back.
I was gonna say ag boots on.
Agmoot's on.
physical-
Okay, then he's fine. He's okay. I'll let him stay there. But the air comes rushing over all three of you and out, and then like Alex is standing there like resisting the incoming winds as what's left of the ship's oxygen vents out violently into your faces.
I'm
Just
assuming
lock
with
the
you saying
turn
that
from
if there's other
firing.
sealed rooms, they'll still have oxygen.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Alright.
Abstruse, you were trying to say?
Well, that door's in the way of the turret, I guess.
Yeah.
Partially.
Partially.
Odie, you're up.
Want to give me a stealth roll, Andy?
What do I see?
Okay.
I was gonna say stealth roll, please.
What do your elven eyes see, Infiltrator? Let me do something here. Blah, blah,
Stealth
blah.
dexterity again, isn't it? I can't remember.
Yes.
What's this?
Stealth is dex.
Yeah. Stealth is dex. Okay. There you go. So there's the turret. So up to you, Oddy. Describe yourself.
Well, obviously I don't exactly jump round the door, but I sneak around to see what I can see from down the corridor.
Yeah, you poke your head out, take a look down the corridor, and let me get my microphone a little bit better. Here we go. So you poke around the corner, you look your head around the corner and down the corridor. There's this mech, this droid, very similar to the one you guys have, actually, oddly enough, as if someone got it from the same junk pile. But it looks like it's probably like a younger model, but it's blasted to smithereens. It's got explosion marks all over it. Its armor is shredded. It's got bits of, like, from the distance that you can tell, it looks very damaged. Although the ship is very dark inside, but you do all have like flashlights, I suppose. The ship actually still has some of its internal lights on. It's actually fine. Let's not let it be too dark. And you can tell that it's been blasted to smithereens. And you also look the other way, and there's the turret, and it's kind of sitting there, Can't tell much more than that, but stealthily, I think you're stealthy enough. It's fine. Go ahead, Oddy.
I'm gonna do a perception check, see if we can even tell that turret's active or not.
Go for it. Ha. Okay. So you look at the
Is
turret.
perception meant to be
You
dex?
really like sixes.
Oh wait, Oddy, why is perception dex?
Yeah, you're
Wisdom.
perception.
I don't remember the rules.
It's okay. It's okay.
What is it?
It's wisdom.
Wisdom.
Just add 1 or 2.
And I get
or whatever.
worse.
It's fine, Oddy. It's fine. Don't worry. So Oddy, wait. What did you roll for 6?
Always let me do the
5 plus
perception.
1, 4 plus 1. Okay, so you got like a 5 and okay, so 6. It's fine. Doesn't matter. You should basically got the same. So you look at the turret, and because you've looked at your own turrets on your own ship, and you're familiar with what they look like when they're enabled or disabled, you think that this one might be enabled, but the way it's kind of hanging slightly to the right, it looks damaged. It might be enabled, but it might maybe just probably not be. You're not 100% sure. Just the fact that the guns are raised, but they're kind of squiff and weird.
Do you want me to have a quick look?
Sorry,
Yeah.
super busy?
Do you want me to have a look?
You can.
If you're not 100% sure.
Do be careful.
Might need a
Can
right
we just
shield
do
up
an assisted action to move the door against the turret? That seems like a better idea, so we wouldn't have to worry about
I'd rather not block off other access
it. We're
points.
just blocking off the
and
turret. We can move the door that far, right?
Yeah,
it
the
would most
door.
likely take a good amount of force.
The door's still attached on one of its hinges, but like it's bent outwards. But you'd have to bash it a little bit
Well,
more.
let's smash that hinge.
No, yeah, please.
Oh, tragedy. Okay, super busy stealth. Yeah, you're fine. Super busy perception 5. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled exactly the same as Oddy. So.
I know.
Just let me do it.
6-5, 6-5. It's terrible. So you crawl up and you watch the way Oddy does it, and you stealthily come around the corner and you look at the thing from this distance, and much like Oddy, it's one of your it's a turret very similar to yours.
Could you not try it with the post tech?
Oh yeah.
Try
Give
with
me a tech roll. Give me a tech roll. Super busy.
Should also be able to work out.
Yeah, I can help. Oh my yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Woo! So, from your endless experience with technology, you look at it, and you can tell that due to the way the barrels are bent and the turret is like skew and squiffed, you can tell that it's been damaged quite beyond being able to function. You're safe from it. It can't work. It's active,
Yeah,
but it's too damaged to do anything.
we're good. The turret's completely kaput, pretty much. It'll try and shoot at us, but it won't be able to.
Yeah.
Do the turrets work off cameras?
The turret works off like an array of sensors on it, from Super Busy's knowledge. It has like an array of sensors at the front, so like cameras and other things and infrared and heat. That's how it works.
So it can
Alright,
probably still detect us, but it won't be able to shoot, so we're fine.
I don't care if
Yeah, but we should probably
I
disable
don't-
the other one.
I was gonna say I don't care if it can detect us. See if it has logs. I want to see what actually.
Alright.
I want to see what disabled this thing.
Okay, so Super Busy and Oddy move up. The rest of you just gonna hold position? Okay, you're gonna move up a little bit. Okay. And as you come
I'm gonna-
past, hold on.
I was gonna say I'm gonna move up and just hold Overwatch down this corridor.
That's fine. More than welcome to. As you move up, you sneak a peek into the gun room, and it's empty. The gun control looks blasted to all hell, and also it looks disabled. It's got no power going to it, and it's
Abtruse,
Pretty
don't
ruined.
stand in me, please.
Struce, you're right there. What was it? Oh, okay.
That moved me.
I actually realized it didn't move. There you go, Abstruse. Okay. Alex is happy where he is. Oddy. Take 13 off. Super busy. Are you
and then
OP?
Audie comes in with a computer and 10
Jeez. Super busy
in
comes
case
up
that
to
one
it.
failed.
Yeah, that's flipping hilarious. So Super Busy goes up to it, and very carefully he pulls the cables out of the. Well, he pulls open some of the panels, pulls the cables out of the turret gun. So even if it tried, it wouldn't be able to launch bullets randomly ricocheting down the hallway.
I also open up the back so Oddie has access if he needs to look at logs,
No, absolutely.
if there are any.
Yeah. You open up the logs. Sorry, you open up the panel, you pull it open with your little multi-tool, you slice it open, pull it open, throw it off. You're very familiar with these turrets. You've been maintaining the ones in your ship for a while. Oddie comes up behind it, and he connects his little arm-mounted display device thing, and he starts to tip tap through the machine's log structure. And he he cracks through its little code, and he goes looking through it, and from what you can see, it has an activity log from about a day ago. Well, actually, it has a few activity logs, but it has an activity log from today and from about a day ago. It has activity logs of movement about 30 minutes earlier, give or take, and activity logs from movement, well, right now, obviously. So right now, about 30 minutes ago, and multiple logs from about 30 minutes ago back for about an hour before that. And then another log about a day before and multiple logs then as well.
Can you look at the cameras from those logs?
Sadly, it doesn't record what it sees. It only has a log of things that of movement that it's located, of hostiles and allies that it's noticed, and of... Oh, by the way, yes, thank you for reminding me. All the ones from today, all those entries, all those movement entries, are all registering hostiles, or unregistered members, as they would say.
Even the ones right now?
Even the ones right now, yeah, for you guys, yes, and the ones for 30 minutes ago, and the one from yesterday as well.
Right. So 30 minutes ago. There's a good chance we've got. Alright, there's a good chance we've got people on board with us then, if it's 30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to keep very quiet and very careful.
Yeah.
To be fair, that was probably going to be the plan anyway.
We kind of vented the air out of the ship, though.
Yeah,
This is true.
You kind of did, actually.
So, they probably know something's up, but hey, fuck it. To be fair, if we vented the air,
They not vent the air
and they-
out. Unless they went through the airlock.
Oh, they might have.
they closed the door again.
Yeah, probably.
And also, to be fair, if they had a reason to keep oxygenated in here, they might not have oxygen suits, so we might have just killed each and every last one of them by just venting it.
You might have, actually.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah.
Or they have a limited oxygen supply, so they thought they can reserve some of their limited oxygen supply with what's on the ship.
This
Maybe.
is also possible.
Maybe they might still have their equipment on, just not using oxygen mask-wise.
But yeah, Audie, I want you pushing up and checking the next upcoming rooms. You are the infiltrator after all.
Yes, the infiltrator.
The scout and do better on my own.
I have
Yes.
just as much stealth as him.
Can I
Okay,
just quickly
you can
check
do the
this
infiltrator.
computer?
Sure. So you go up to the weapons control console, and
Is that what I think it is?
so we'll get to that in a moment. So, Super Busy goes up to the console, and Super Busy, the thing is completely deactivated. It's got bullets going through it, and you can see where it's cut some of the power wires and other things. Someone probably had a little skirmish in here. It's not many bullets, it's only a few, but the thing has been absolutely riddled with dysfunction.
Any corpses in there?
Can I test the power wires here to see if they've been disconnected further down the line?
Sure. Yeah, no corpses. No corpses so far. Only... Well, there's kind of, armor shards and armor metal. But if there were bodies, they've been cleaned up. So, Super Busy, you test the little power cords, and yeah, there's power flowing right through it.
Okay, so yeah, the generator's online and it hasn't been disconnected further down.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, Oddie, you go up to the doorway, and you peek inside, and it seems to be a small like engineering room, similar to your one, but it's got these two large drones or vehicles or things inside of it. You'd have to go in a bit more to see more, but you can see like what seems to be like a lifter robot, like a thing. Its tracks are missing. It doesn't have any wheels. It's basically just yeah.
Audie, Truce, myself, all three of us, keep moving. Super Busy, Alex, check that. You're the two tech boys.
Check which bit?
The
This
room,
Yeah.
or this?
top. The top room.
Right. What's that? Which two mechs are those specifically?
So one of them is actually seems to be quite a homemade mech. It's like a flying drone basically.
Truce.
Why is
Don't
my
move. Don't move in front of Audie.
So Oddie, shall I tell you before you move up too far? You're an abstruse. Because you do realize that there is a hallway here.
No, we didn't realise there's a hallway there.
So no, there is
I move in front of Adi.
because Oddie's the stealthy guy.
Audie's the infiltrator. He's
I have
the
just as
scout.
much stealth as him, actually.
I don't care. He's the infiltrator. He's the scout. It's his job.
No. Okay. So
Once we get into combat, you'll be in the front.
mm,
And then he'll get shot. Good for me.
my life.
Where
Anyway,
would he get shot?
all right, you two.
You are going to be the one in the front at that point.
Okay, who wants to have? Okay, who wants to go first? Super Busy or Oddie?
Audie.
Okay, Oddie, you come up to the corner. There's this obliterated drone in front of you. It's been riddled by bullets. It's been nuked by bombs. It looks like someone probably threw a grenade at it, and it's been shot and riddled. It's not very functional, and it's completely torn to bits. It's leaking coolant, or it's been leaking coolant, and there's now a puddle of coolant on the floor. What you can tell,
I'm
it's been-
guessing no reactor.
no, the reactor inside of it is just obliterated from your point of view. You can actually see it. The armor plating has been that badly broken. So it's been completely annihilated by kinetics. You also look down the corridor and you see a blast door that seems to have fallen down from the roof, probably for air preservation.
Blast door on this corridor. Don't think we're going to open it from this side, though.
So potentially we've got people still alive. No.
Potentially.
Alright, then we continue down this corridor, loop around through the escape pod, and go through the other side.
Yeah.
Or loop around the escape pod, check the turret on that side. If that turret's still operational, we go back, loop around the cargo, take that turret out.
Super Busy. Alex, do you guys want me to explain what you're looking at?
Yeah. Which drone is which as well?
So the top one is it would seem to be like a hover drone. It's probably got like a little micro VMP in it, and it's probably got a nice little reactor. It's lying there quite quietly. It has a few bullet holes in it, and it looks like it has a weapon attached to it. It looks like it's got like a little laser gun on one of its arms. It looks, it looks like it's been shot at a little bit, but it seems pretty functional. The bottom
well,
one, yeah.
I'll note that for salvage.
Okay, go for it. The bottom one.
Not now, but
Okay,
I'll keep it.
I know, it's fine. The bottom one is like a tracked tank sort of thing, but it's basically a cargo hauler. Although the treads and the wheels are missing. It looks like someone's been pulling them off and doing whatever. It also looks like someone's been pulling parts out of it. It's missing a lot of random accoutrements, things like wiring and circuit boards and other things, but they look like they've been pulled out forcefully, almost like it's scavenging work. The drone above is basically untouched, probably for some reason. And then behind you is a large machine of some sort. It might be a fabricator, you're not 100% sure. But it looks like something.
Take roll that shit right now.
Take roll that stuff. You can go ahead and take a take roll if you'd like. Super busy.
Mm-hmm.
Because if that is a fabricator, the first thing we're doing, once this is clear, is taking that thing back to our ship. That is top priority.
Oh yes.
Super busy. I saw your never split the party. I didn't even realize you posted that in my life. Sorry, go on. Okay. Post ticker. Alex, you were trying to say something?
That was a high roll.
Yes. Very high roll. So in my life. Wait, hold on a second here. Is that a 16?
Yes.
Super busy.
That's
why?
not even his max.
That's not even his max. He's not even at full power. Okay, so Super busy just looks at it with like one of his eyes. He doesn't even really fully pay attention. He's like, yeah, that's like a mid-grade, pretty high level fabricator. You could do some good work with that. He's like, yeah, we could probably make some nice hyperweave out of that, and probably like combine some metals
this
together.
is mine.
Maybe make some like uber steel.
Yeah.
He's looking at it.
That
He's
is
just like,
literally the first thing we're getting out.
he's like, yes.
Is this a fabricator? Yes.
Is it a high level fabricator? Absolutely. 100% on the money.
Is it a high level fabricator?
No, sorry,
will
it's a mid-range fabricator. It's a mid-range fabricator, but it's pretty good. You can use it for a lot of things. It's better than your basic one. Let me put it that way. Your basic one is basic. This one is much more advanced. Okay, so you know what that is, and
Yeah, we're getting that thing out the instant we're finished here.
and it's your immediate target. Okay, so Oddie, Abstruse, and Gorjonas, you three go down the hallway. Oddie, you go to the hallway, and as you get there, a guy comes running out of it, gasping for breath. He's got no helmet, and he kind of just falls to the ground, and he's like writhing and he's writhing and splaying about on the ground. What do you want to do?
Man, like, we got someone up here what's dying of oxygen. No oxygen. What do you want me to do?
We
We don't have any extra masks, do we?
No, sadly you don't.
Nah, put him out of this misery.
Yeah, just put him out of his misery.
There might be a mask in the
I'll
room. You never know, or somewhere else.
I'll just get the concussion hammer, mate.
You
If
know,
if there was a mask in the room, he would have put it on.
You're
Most
right.
likely.
You're right.
I choose. You got a job. Smash the guy's skull in.
Oh shit! Oh no! Wait, please. Oh crap. Go for it.
You'd say that's the kindest way to do that, but never mind.
Yeah.
Well, it's the quietest way.
So you
It
raise
is
your
the
hammer
wisest way.
and you bash him, and he's just gone. He's out. Poor bastard. So you look him over. Also, Oddie, you look down the hallway, and there are these large crates blocking your way. But you look down them, and yeah. So there are these large crates blocking the way. You can literally squeeze past them. They're not a problem. But there are these crates in the way. Property of Super busy. Flipping out.
Yeah, take this. Yes.
I love it. So Abstruse walks up to the poor guy, and with his heavy hammer, he just goes, "Quada!" And the guy's taken out of his misery quite calmly.
Right.
Well, it's me and Alex are just arguing over who gets the fabricator.
Basically.
I mean, everyone's gonna be able to use it. To be
Everyone.
fair.
I know, but
It's alright.
Yeah.
So,
If you guys, alright. If you guys
How
are
are
done
you
back
going
in
to get it
the
out of the vehicle?
we got some extra terminals, but
Out
looks
of the
like things are
room,
fine.
even.
I'm sure you guys could like cut a hole in the roof. It's fine.
Yeah,
You'll have more than enough
something
time to like take some stuff and like try and. Thing is, you can also just disassemble it and reassemble it in your ship. You don't actually have to pull it
Yeah.
out. You're not insane.
We've got plenty of options.
Yeah, you got plenty of options. Okay, so
Yeah, we got some we got some terminals up here, so might need you guys.
yeah, you called them in on the radio. Do you guys want to examine this poor bastard that died of suffocation and hammering?
Yeah, we can take his gear.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's
I would like to stay behind
Perception
and look
check.
a bit
Now.
at these robots.
Okay, so Alex is gonna stay behind and look at the robots.
Alright.
Okay, super busy.
Shout for us if you get shot.
Thanks, he's fine.
My life. Okay, so super busy enters the room, and he looks at these consoles, and once again he rolls a bloody 12, just because he
That
can,
was,
just because he can.
That was Laps. That was tech medical. That's looking
What the
at
hell?
guy.
Oh, flip! I'm sorry. But that was tech post tech. I was like, what's going on? Okay, so tech medical. So you go up to the guy, and well, I mean, he's dead. There's not much more I can tell you about that. But he's been suffocating for a little bit. So probably the moment you open that blast door, he was suffocating. And you can probably tell that over this amount of time, and with the amount of asphyxiation that he was at that stage before you bashed him, he was probably trying to screw around with one of the consoles. He's he looks like what we would call a rogue. So there are those few that are pirates, even in the Last Stand. They're rare and clever, but still they are merely pirates, rogues of society. Some form into microfactions, others are loners sailing amidst the stars. Some have even acquired themselves small beta-class warships, and others still are mercenaries working for everyone and no one.
I mean, that last section are basically just the people not even the free roam are willing to take.
Pretty much.
So, what about my perception check?
You look at him, and from what you can tell, he seems to just be a pirate, a normal pirate. Well, not a pirate, okay. So he would seem to be one of many unmarked pirate factions. He doesn't seem to have any noticeable emblem on him. He's probably one of a small group of guys that are like one of the micro pirate forces that like kind of tried to squiggle their way through the Last Stand Navy, hiding and running between things. Opportunists.
So you didn't carry a weapon?
He does have a weapon. He has what seems to be an old ballistic-based rifle, and by ballistic I mean kinetic, like bullets, proper bullets, not energy. So it's like a bullet rifle, as I call them, and it's pretty old. It's quite worn. It's not a very good quality gun. And he's got like a few clips of ammunition on him, but he doesn't have much else. He has this light sort of jacket, which is probably kept for keeping him warm, and maybe has a little bit of bullet resistance, but it's not very much.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, he actually has a helmet. He actually has a mask on, but evidently it wasn't a very good one.
Yeah. Basically, pretty much anything these guys have on is going to be more or less useless to us.
Yeah.
Apart
we
from
want
just the
cloth.
scrap, but it's not really very important.
Yeah.
This is true. Like, the scrap is going to be the most useful stuff.
And some cloth. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there's like a bit of cloth. Okay, so there's him, and he's now dead. And do you want to investigate that room with consoles, or what you guys want to do?
Yeah, check the room. Audie, you too. You're the hacker man.
Okay. So, yes.
And I just take Audie's place here, keeping Overwatch.
Yeah, you can actually probably put Abstruse there. Anyway, that's fine. So,
Maybe, but I think I have the better range weapon, so
that's actually not wrong. Okay, so.
I have a Gauss iron rifle.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, and Abstruse only has hammer, but hammer actually Abstruse is better there because then in case someone comes around the corner, yeah, it's fine. So okay, Oddie does a 6 and Super Busy does a 12 because of course Super Busy does a 12. He gets no other number. He gets 10 and up. So okay. So Abstruse, it's not Abstruse. What the hell? Not Alex, not Oddie.
Yeah,
Super Busy. Thank you. Super Busy. It's because I saw Abstruse move and I was like, what the hell are you doing, Abstruse?
Yeah, Abstruse, keep that corner.
Yeah.
Please.
So, Super Busy, you go into the room and you look around, and basically, from what you can tell, it's a drone control room. It's probably for controlling those two mechs in the other room. You look at the big one, and it's a big list of, well, it's basically just a big repository of different like drone parts and things. It's like a roster of different drones and their activity. And there's a list of 3 ones. There's two of them which are saying offline, and the other one which is saying offline as well. But also has like a list of red error marks and things, and you can tell that one of those is for the obliterated thing to your south. Sorry?
The destroyed one and the 2 offlines.
Yeah, pretty much. But there's also 2 other ones that are just reading unknown. Just bizarre.
Do we have a room like this on our ship?
No, you don't. You don't have a drone control room.
I was going to say, because would the turrets class as drones?
Not necessarily. But they could probably be controlled from something like this.
So there's potentially it's those 2 that are there, but they would probably just class as offline.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or destroyed or something.
Well, we know one would be offline. We don't know the other turret,
Yeah.
to be fair.
The one is online. The one is online, but it can't work. The other one is unknown.
It'd be listed as online, but with a load of errors, so it's probably not.
Yeah. Okay. Also, and to the north, those 3 consoles would seem to actually be the physical drone control consoles, where you sit down and pilot the things. Very interesting.
So they are not automated.
No, they wouldn't seem to be. They wouldn't seem to be automated at all. By the way, Alex, you know the little round one, the one that looks like it's flying? Those bullets in it would actually seem to be Illyrian and Gilzion. Probably from past missions, you never know. So it seems that these guys outfitted their ship to have drone units, as opposed to, well, where you guys would have probably had like a medical bay, but maybe theirs is somewhere else. Tech Post X7. Yeah, so Alex, that one's actually in it's in quite good condition, but it looks like it's taken a few Gilzion rounds over the time, but it's only really ever damaged its armor. And it's got pretty good armor at that. Okay, and Oddie, yeah, you pretty much look through the stuff and you come to the same conclusions. These are just control consoles for the same drones. But it'd probably be quite useful. You could probably salvage some drone control codes.
Free time when we clear the ship.
Absolutely. Not now, obviously.
I think it's time to move forwards.
I think it's time to move forwards.
Excuse me, Commander.
Excuse me, come on. Okay. You move up.
Any rolls? Try and see if we can squeeze through. If not too big.
You can squeeze through. It's not a problem. You do a little side jive and you get through. And Alex comes and catches up behind. Okay, you come up to the door. All right. You look inside, and first of all, the door is open. And it seems to be another hydroponics room, pretty much exactly where yours was. It's growing a slightly different tree, and the other one is empty. Besides that, it's the oxygen vents on it are showing warning, and the tree looks like it's pretty much dying.
No surprise there.
No surprise there.
Next, moving up still, Commander.
Yep.
Left or right, Commander? There's a whole T-junction up ahead.
Top should be... top position should be the turret control, so... and bottom should be the escape pod. So get up there and just take a look around both sides.
Okay, so Oddie... Oh my life. Oddie, what's happening with your microphone?
No idea.
Alright, buddy. Shame. So Oddie, you...
Truce, don't stand in me.
Truce, don't be silly. Come on. You're not an idiot. Don't be a child. Okay. So Oddie, you come around the corner, you look into the room, and Alex...
Alex.
It seems that Alex wants to move up.
Alex, don't push that far up.
Oh, I thought I was a new liner too.
Yeah. We want to for Audie to confirm things.
So, okay, Commander, we got another control room up above. The door seems to be damaged but open. Not sure there's anything in there. Airlock is closed and the door to the escape pod's closed. Should be
Alright.
clear for now.
Copy. We move up. Let's move up there. Check the turret controls. Thank you, Super Busy. And check the airlock, and then we check the escape pod last.
Of course, Alex moves up carefully behind Jonas, and then he skirts around him. Oddie goes right for the airlock. Abstruse is back there watching the rear of the hallway, and Super Busy immediately goes into the gun control room because Super Busy's all for them guns.
Another 12.
And rolls another flipping 12 just because he can. Just because he can, you know? Just because. Why not, you know? I mean, it's not like it's a problem. It's not like it's a problem for Luke, for Laps, to like, deal with constant 12s. I love it. No, it's fine. It's actually very entertaining. I like it. So Abstruse, sorry, Abstruse. Super Busy. You go up to the console, and much like the other one, well, okay, in this case, this one is actually, some of its consoles are on, and it's kind of flashing, and it looks like someone was trying to shoot something, but that was a while ago. But there is a bullet lodged right in the middle panel, where someone would have been sitting, almost as if someone turned around, the bullet came right past him, landed into the console, and then he like dove at the guy, and they had like some sort of fight. But for the most part, the console's actually quite fine. It's just
blood splatters?
No blood splatters. Oddly enough.
You haven't seen any blood during this whole movement.
You've seen like shards of armor and other stuff. If there was blood, it's been oddly cleaned up for some bizarre reason.
Maybe they took prisoners.
Maybe.
Possible. We'll see.
Can we actually get Abstruse to watch the escape door, please?
So sorry, Super Busy. When I said bullet, I meant a Galzion round. Sorry, I didn't actually mean like a kinetic bullet. I meant like it was a Galzion. It was a Galzion bullet impact point.
That's interesting because a lot of the others have been kinetic, which could suggest two parties.
Possible. I mean, there was one, I think yesterday, and one 30 minutes ago. So presumably, I would presume it's gonna be LSN engaged first, and then the 30 minutes ago are just pirates doing scavenging.
Yeah. That would be my thoughts, because given no blood would also imply prisoners, which is possibly what the LSN would have done.
Yeah, would make perfect sense, because they want to get information out of any prisoners they get. Yeah, Abstruse, up to the door, please.
That's not my job, though.
It literally is.
Hello.
When they come by.
It's literally your job. You're gonna hold that door.
Oh,
You're gonna hold that door.
Oh, you
and
need
make
to hammer.
sure
Right.
No, you don't need to hit the door. You're gonna hold that door and make sure no one comes through it.
Okay then.
Master Hammerman. Okay. Abstruse goes up the door and he readies himself against it.
Audie, see if you
Open
can
that
get
up door, please. Laps.
Oh, sure.
Don't need to do it.
Yeah,
We don't need to do
no,
it, that
it's
is.
fine. You smack the little airlock button and it happily beeps open. It's empty.
Yeah, other door sealed. Must not have had any breaches here.
Yeah, get in, check the...
Lockers. They seem to have stuff taken out of them.
Yeah, check the 2 boxes.
So you-
not box.
The lockers. So Oddie, you go up to the lockers, you look inside, and they're bare. There's nothing in them.
Spacesuits and oxygen tanks are all gone, sir.
Alright. I'm gonna assume that's gonna be the pirates. All things considered.
The best I think our crew managed to get out. Don't know where they went.
Yeah. Alright. Now you hammer the door.
Go for it, Abstruse.
Don't get why I can't be an infiltrator too.
Because you're a soldier. You chose to be a
I
soldier
have
instead
just
of
as
an
much stealth
infiltrator.
as Adi.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's Oddie's job.
Yeah,
It's fine.
it's his job.
You can't just be everything. Go for it. Smack the door. Okay. Boom! Boom! Give it a nice hard smack. But it gets damaged a little bit, but it doesn't yield. Probably gonna have to give it one more.
One more.
And you pull back, and take a nice swing in it, bah, and you bash it right open. Okay.
I'm bashing the left side, by the way.
Oh, you want to bash the left side? Okay, all right. Like that, yeah.
Yes, that way I still get my cover.
Cool. All right. So it's open.
Well, there's blood.
The first blood you've seen this whole time.
Well, no, the second blood.
Oh right, yeah.
The first was when we smashed the guy's head in.
Shit. You're not wrong. Oddie.
Looks like somewhere he got to a skate pod.
Alright, check if that has logs.
Okay. Go for it, Oddie.
What's with the sixes?
I don't know,
I
Oddie.
don't know.
You're very interesting today. So Oddie, you go through it, but you can't really find anything of note. There's only a log where it basically just it primed. So there's a log from yesterday where it primed the escape pod and then it launched. Pretty much
Skate
within,
pod launched yesterday.
pretty much within about
Okay.
10 minutes. It primed and then about in 10 minutes it launched. Over for the blood. Okay, sure. You kneel down and take like a swab of the blood. You're probably gonna have to pass it through your medical equipment to get a better reading on it.
I'm gonna assume does it give us an exact time on the launch?
Yeah. So it was 10 minutes after it was.
Does the launch coincide with the markings from the turret?
With the
The
markings.
turret logs.
Oh yeah, it does. It does. So the turret logged movement, and then later on, this logged an evacuation.
How much later?
About 10, 20 minutes.
Alright.
With the
Yeah.
escape pods, do they have a set course or are they able to be piloted?
Escape pods can be piloted. Yeah. For your ship.
So,
Yeah, for your ship, they can be piloted, and they have micro VMPIs, so they can actually go at speeds of light, kind of, and they can actually go around solar systems and do. They're actually really competent.
so we won't know where the crew have gone if it was the crew that escaped.
No.
Yeah.
Right.
But for us to put on an escape pod within like 10 minutes, that's definitely LSN. Pirates wouldn't be that effective.
Didn't we have to disable a signal? Shouldn't we get on that?
We are getting on that. We're
Look,
working on that.
disabling a signal is in this big, huge airlocked bit, and if
Yeah.
there's survivors in there, we don't exactly want to go bashing it open in a hurry.
Yeah, Audi, see if you can get that door open.
Okay, so Oddie, you go up to it, and first of all, it looks like it's already been leveraged open and then pulled back into place. So you probably only really need to grab it and just give it a good old yank. Do you want to do that?
Magnet boots, everybody. Mag boots on.
Like boots on.
This is pretty much the exact same position the first door was in, and that was oxygenated. This is a section ship that has been locked off on all other positions, so it's probably got oxygen.
So, Oddie, you ready to pull it open?
So yeah, mag boots.
And as you open it, the overwhelming pressure on the other side just forces the door even more open. And this air just comes rocketing into you all. And out of it, this poor guy comes flying. Super busy. Please give me a physical save.
I will grab super busy as well, by the way.
Okay, alright. And Jonas, give me a what, like an agility? Oh no, wait, you have a special ability, don't you? You can basically just.
This is true.
Just yeah, whatever. So yeah, an arm for a team, block enemy attacks on ally, receive half damage, 2-turn cooldown. So basically, you jump in front of him, and this guy just comes hurtling out of there, just this complete. You can't even hear him, but he's screaming, and so you take 1 damage basically.
Yeah.
That's like literally nothing, but he comes bashing into you. And it's obvious that he doesn't have, he sadly doesn't have a space helmet, or he has a space mask, but it's not a very good one, because there's like air venting out of his face.
Super busy. You don't take damage.
Super busy?
As far as I understood it, you take no damage.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who takes damage.
Yeah. So
that's the whole point of that.
Yeah. So Jonas,
I can choose to tank. I can choose to tank for other people. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, why didn't we check those crates?
Interesting point.
Yeah, we can check the crates once we're done here.
No.
I said once we're done here, get back up here.
Is this guy still alive at the moment?
He's still alive. This was this was right now. The other guy, you like wandered around for like a minute or two. You're just gonna shoot him.
I don't see anything else I can do.
So he's bashed into you, he's barreled into you, but luckily Jonas got in the way and he kind of like bashed him instead. So like kadoof, like that. The guy is here, and thing is, first of all, there's gravity, but this guy, his gun has been pulled away from him, and he's like trying to grip for his breath. You two sure you want to attack him? You can do it. It's fine.
Is there anything else I can do?
You could probably block. You could probably like try and block up some of the holes on his mask. You have like a multi-tool.
Yeah,
you could probably just like.
I mean, we can
I'll
try
that
to interrogate.
First. I will try and save him first, then before shooting him. So ignore those rolls.
It's fine. If you do in the end want to attack him, I'll just use those 2 rolls. It's fine.
What roll do you want? Would it be a tech or a medical?
Give me a tech medical roll. Give me a tech medical, because you need to stop the air and you need to calm him down before he exhausts his oxygen supply.
Intelligence, I would assume.
Yeah, intelligence. Tech medical int. Perfection. You take him and you just pull. You have some duct tape on you for this exact reason. Just because.
That is my max for medical though.
It is actually your max for medical. It's insanity.
Probably, yeah.
So you grab him and you hoist him up against the console, and you start smacking on. You basically take your multi-tool and you carefully weld the thing together, while basically being as non-threatening as possible, and you manage to calm him down, and he's sitting there on the console, eyes as wide as horror, with.
And making sure he doesn't have his gun though.
No, he doesn't have his gun. I think either Abstruse or Oddie managed to capture his gun as it came flying. In fact, Abstruse, you like caught his gun as it came flying past or something.
I mean, I was gonna say I would not be surprised if the gun just went, clean out the big fucking hole.
Yeah, you wouldn't be wrong. So the gun is somewhere. It's probably lost, whatever. So the gun is gone. It's just him and his spacesuit, and his thing is, he doesn't have a spacesuit. He's got these rags. So he is starting to freeze, unfortunately. He'll be fine for a while, but you've sealed his helmet, and he's calmed down, and he's just kind of sitting there, wide-eyed, and he's not doing anything. He's not trying to resist. He's absolutely surprised.
Well, I wouldn't class myself as intimidating, especially given I've just healed him. So
yeah.
Audie, scout on. Abstruse, be right behind him.
It's pitch black, sir.
Cheeky little. I love it. So you go in, and there's this large crate in front of you. It's only like knee height. It's not very tall. This guy obviously got pulled over it, unfortunately. So there's medical applicator, nice. So super busy. You notice that his knees are very badly damaged, probably because he was standing behind it when the airlock happened. So you like.
No, that was for Jonas.
Oh, okay. Jonas.
I'll heal him in a minute.
Healed the full. Okay. So Oddie, you clamber over the box, It's basically just a bunch of random rubbish. It's like scraps of metal and pieces of carbon and random stuff. Yeah, so Jonas has healed the fall, and then this guy is kind of, he's stabilized. His legs are what's the word? Recoupled. What's the word? Put back into place, I guess. Here, let me. So Oddie, you clamber over the box, and you see all the way over to here, and you see to here.
Second airlock's blocks there.
Second airlock.
Alright.
Alright.
I'm over the crate, someone else can come through now.
Yeah, abstruse.
Go for it, abstruse.
What am I doing?
Moving
Be
up
right
the
behind Audie.
Ooh, blue arrows. Okay. Right. So that guy's fine. He's not trying to resist. He's just kind of sitting there, still shocked. Oddie, you move up to the corner. You look down, and it's another long corridor. But at the end is this what looks like a barricade, and you can sort of see over it past. And there's this guy kind of. You're not sure, you can't really tell from the distance, but you think you see a person move off into the darkness. They obviously haven't seen you. You're pretty sure that they're probably scrambling for oxygen at this point. Whoa.
Jesus, Audie, your mic is...
Oddie, your mic is...
fucking-
Yeah. Hoi!
Try
Audie.
pulling it out and putting it back in again. Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Shame,
Is that
Oddie.
any better?
Yes, there we go.
Much better.
Shame, Oddie. What happened?
No idea. But anyway, so there's a barricade in the hallway.
Aye, aye.
How large is it? You think we can get past it?
Might be able to go over the top, but it spans the entire corridor though.
Yeah, it's
I
wide.
smack this grate.
The grate.
Why? Don't.
It's
You
full of
like-
scrap already, you're just gonna separate it all.
What are you
I like
smoking,
this-
Abstruse? Abstruse?
It's great.
The crate or the lockers? Okay, why? What are you trying to do with the crate? You trying to open it?
Trying to open it.
Okay, well, you open it and it's full of scrap and random stuff,
What kind of scrap?
like metal scrap and copper scrap and like bits of carbon. Not very useful. Well, it's useful stuff, but you guys would need like a decompounder for it. Turn into anything
Well,
useful.
let's carry it on our ship anyways. When we get the decompounder.
Yeah.
Can
okay.
I just
Yeah?
point one thing out? Who's doing the intimidation before this guy freezes to death?
Probably Jonas.
I was gonna say...
Do it.
let's get him inside here. And close
close
the door.
the door.
Back up.
You're free to do that.
So, get him inside. Alex.
Okay, so Alex hauls himself in, and with Alex they bring the guy and they stick him on the crate. And, oh, okay, Jonas is gonna go there. That's fine.
And
And
then we close the door.
Boom! And luckily there's a little bit of magnetics left in the door and the closer, and they just magnetically seal, and it's nice. And you start to feel,
He should be fine.
yeah,
Heat should start being fine, and oxygen might start being produced again. If hydroponics are still functional, yeah.
any air from hydroponics. Yeah, so the moment you close the door, you start to feel a little bit of pressure come back, but very slowly. The ship's probably lost a lot of its oxygen, of its oxygen, gas, general just air supply reserve. But it's slowly coming back, and of course it's a little bit warmer in here, luckily. Immediately it just starts to get a bit warmer ambiently. And the guy just kind of, he just leans against the wall and breathes hard. So you close the door, everything's fine, and he's starting to get a bit warmer, and you can feel, and first of all, sound starts coming back. Now there's a little bit of air and air pressure, and there's vents above you that start to
Yeah,
pump
I
in
mean, it would have
gas
been
and
awfully
stuff.
hard to. It would have been awfully hard to interrogate him in no pressure.
Absolutely,
Without comms.
without comms.
Yeah.
So air starts flooding in. You'll probably need to wait a little while before you can properly hear him. But
Yeah.
that's pretty much what you got.
I'm
Okay.
fine with that.
Yeah. Or before you can hear each other. All right. Oddie, what's your?
Alright. Next door. Oddie.
Oh yeah, and the locker, the airlock is blocked by a locker and a door. The door is like jammed into the locker, and the locker jammed into the door. Ooh, pardon me. And it's completely it's messed up, and there's bits of steel in the door mechanism and all this stuff. You don't think it's going to be able to move unless you give it a good old bashing, probably. It almost looks
Someone
like
say
it's
bashing?
yeah, give it a bashing, but maybe give it a bit. Maybe hold on for a second.
Don't do it yet.
So, okay, Super Busy just runs in because he can. It's
just
clear.
true, I don't.
So you go in and it's empty again. But there's another weapons console. This one is in a little bit more. This one is in better shape. But on the ground are weapon. Well, never mind. Actually,
Yeah,
it would have
Alex.
sucked out.
Don't go into the corridor just yet,
What's the key?
please.
Stay safe.
Thank you.
Okay, Alex, are you? Oh, sorry, they're super busy giving it a tech roll. Okay. Another 12, just natural 12. Super busy. You don't even need to roll anymore. It's just we know it's going to be a 12. It's fine. Just oh, flipping hell. Okay, so you go up to the console, and unfortunately, due to the air sucking, the bursting of pressure, a lot of the stuff in here has been kind of like moved about and stuff. So it's difficult to tell what was original damage versus what was damage now from decompression. Decompression, there's the word I want. But it's quite well damaged, as if someone had been bashing it maybe beforehand. That probably weakened it. Otherwise, the console is flickering some lights. The turret is just responding with a bajillion errors, lots of errors and red text flashing. Something's very wrong with it on the outside.
Is this the one at the end of the hall?
No. This is for the massive gun to yourself.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah.
Yeah, this is for the ship mounted. This is for the ship mounted gun. It's displaying errors. It's probably been very badly damaged, maybe from the outside. You're not. So okay, never mind. You got a 12. It's fine. You know that based on the errors it's giving, it's received some serious damage to its rotors and its main guns. Basically, it's been shot at. But yeah, and so the console has been very badly damaged. It's still functional, but it's pretty badly damaged. There's not much else you can really get from it, though.
Again, something I should probably mention if we have time. I will probably want to go and salvage some of the stuff from these big guns.
Oh yeah, no, big
'Cause
guns.
Guns is one of my main specialties.
Yeah, that's perfectly understandable. Alright, Audie, head up that next door.
Waiting on you, Oddie. Okay.
I just noticed I have more stealth than Adi.
Do you?
Well, I have an extra dexterity. I don't think he has a bonus in dexterity, does he?
How come you? Oh yeah, you have two. Yeah. Well, anyway, it doesn't matter. So Oddie, you inch up to it, and you look in, and it's another hydroponics bay. The trees actually look a bit healthier on this side of the ship, probably as if it's lost less pressure over its lifetime. And they're kind of happy, in a sense, and air is once again pumping back into the room via the grates in the top.
This room's clear, sir. Moving up.
Alright.
You're all free to move up as well. Are you just going to leave the guy there, or are you going to like put him into a room or something, or what you want to do?
Leave the two tech
I thought we
boys
were
back with him. We're gonna interrogate him when enough oxygen comes back to actually, like when enough pressure comes back to actually be able to communicate properly. We're gonna interrogate.
Yeah, when there's sound. I'll tell you when that is. It'll be very soon. But there'll be sound in a little bit.
Probably once we've cleared these two rooms.
Yeah.
Given I'm the one who originally healed him, I'll stay and make sure he stays relatively calm.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So you go and chill with
We're
him
not
and.
doing the turn order.
No. Not doing the turn order. You don't need it yet. You'll need it maybe just now, but right now you're fine. Okay.
Maybe just now as Audie walks into a room filled with pirates.
So Audie, do you want to just give me like a little stealth roll? Not 100% necessary, but I'd like you to give me a little stealth roll. 9. Okay, you're fine. So you walk down the hallway very quietly, and Abstruse is behind you, and he also goes down quite quietly, and you two just proceed slowly, and you poke your head into the door, and there's this large explosion on the ground, as if someone had breached and cleared it. As if someone had opened the door, thrown a grenade in, closed it, and then exploded it, and then kicked the door open again.
This locker looks interesting. Is it an armory of some sort?
Maybe. You're gonna probably have to go in before you can tell.
Yeah, you two get in there, check it.
Who's these two? Me or?
Yeah, you and Audie. Go for it. So you two go into the room. Abstruse, would you like to give me a perception check? You finally get a chance. Audie, give me a... Yeah, it depends what you want to look at, Audie. So Abstruse,
Oh, now I finally get below a level.
I'm still waiting for Super Busy to get in sub 12. Yo, speaking of 12s, hello Audie. Audie also gives a very high perception. So Abstruse and Audie walk in, and you two.
Ran out.
So you two walk into the room, and of course there's this large blast explosion on the ground. And by the looks of it, it would seem to be one of the LSN's magnetic grenades. It's got that sort of scar pattern across the ground that looks like the way that they sort of mush their shrapnel together and do other things. It's kind of looks, and the plating looks a little bit shifted as if it's been magnetically pulled and things. And so you guys kind of look around the room, and the lockers seem to have been pulled apart, and these bits of little metal like strewn about the place. This sort of seemed to have been the ship's armory, much like yours, but obviously in a different segment of the ship. The lockers are pretty much empty. They seem to have been picked clean. Some of them have small posters in them. Some of them have small little accoutrements. But for the most part, there's nothing really of value in here. It would seem to be the ship's armory. Okay. Artie's going to move up. So, oxygen has pretty much now, pressure has now gotten back to the point at which you can all start to hear sounds again. And,
Audie, you think you can get past that?
Can I get past the laps?
Yes, it's about chest high, but you could probably climb over if Abstruse gave you like a little boost. And you could probably climb
Abstruse, I
over.
need a boost. Do you want to give me a hand?
But it might be difficult to get back over if you go.
I won't do it until we got some more people here to give him a boost over.
Okay. Oh, nice. Athletic sticks.
I said, not yet. Let's
but-
save that roll.
I'll use it. I'll use it when you guys do it. So
Now,
8. That's pretty
it's
good.
interrogation time.
Oh my lord. Okay. All right. Okay. Jonas, go
Why
ahead.
would you shoot it down?
Because that would make sound, and they would know
I have a
for
hammer,
certain
you know?
that we're here.
Make sound. We're in.
Yeah. There's
We're
now
in
sound
We're in
again.
pressurized. Yeah, we're in a pressurized area. There's a lot of sound.
Yeah.
The hammer clanging against metal would make an awful lot of sound still.
Yeah. The other areas didn't
It's
count.
the air.
The air is now fine. Pressure is restored, as I said.
Mhm.
The other areas didn't make any sound because you were in depressurized areas when you did the banging and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So okay, Jonas, lead away. What skill check do you think is best? I'm actually not sure. Let me go look.
Well, I mean, I was intending on doing something, kind of like that.
Okay, all right. Give me, persuade is perfect. There's one more thing I want to think about. No, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. No, that's actually fine. And give me like a little language roll. Just a little one. Just give me a little language roll, just in case.
Well, good
Because
thing I
speak
got
swing.
that.
No.
Good thing I put that up to +0 instead of -1. What attribute?
Give me intelligence for languages. Okay, never.
Double nat sexes.
Forget I asked, buddy. Forget I asked. Just forget I asked. Much like super busy. Forget I asked. Just doesn't matter. Just doesn't matter anymore.
12.
12. Just 12 for languages, and he's at a 0, so it's
Yeah,
maximum.
I mean, no bonuses at all. That's a double 12.
Flip. Oh my life. Okay, so you go up to the guy and you start talking to him. And what do you wanna ask him? What do you wanna say?
So, who are you guys even?
So the guy's like, he's terrified, but you sort of calm down. You sit down. It's like some sort of guidance counselor. You sit down. You look him right in the eyes and you're like,
Yeah,
and
I'm basically just like put my rifle on my back and just sitting there unarmed.
yeah, chill and non-threatening, but interesting. So you sit down, and you look him in the eye, and you're like, "Who are you guys?" And he kind of manages a few words, and he says he speaks in this odd accent that's very common amongst people that spend most of their lives in space and not on planets or even on space stations. He's got the accent of a starship liver. And it's very difficult to tell, but because you've got a 12, you never talk. But you're very familiar with the way that these sorts of people talk when they're trying to get across ideas, and you're kind of familiar with sort of the slang. And so you kind of pick up what he's saying, and basically in the end he says, "We're a bunch of salvages that ran across this ship like a couple hours ago, and
30 minutes specifically.
yes, well,
At least according to the turrets.
well, they found it a couple hours ago, but they only got onto it like a little while ago. But they think some other people. Yeah, so the turret. So remember, I said that 30 minutes ago it logged entries, and before that, it logged 30 and back. It was like a bunch of things for like
Right.
about 2 hours beforehand. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's easy enough information to be confused by. So 30 minutes before that you guys got there, and then like for like 3 or 2 hours beforehand, it had been logging hostile entities or unknown entries.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so they got in here a couple hours before, and he basically says that they've been salvaging, and that their ship has already picked up a lot of stuff, and that they've been waiting for it to come back, and it went off with the other like 3/4 of their gang.
Alright. Fair enough. So how many of you are
new members?
on board? How many of you are on board right now?
He kind of looks you in the eye, and you can tell that he's uneasy about telling you about his friends. And he says, "There is a handful of us." And he doesn't really put numbers to it, but he kind of, in the end, you understand that the way he's saying it and the sort of the look on his face, it's probably about a good 6 guys in this ship.
Yeah.
You've already
it's
bumped into
work.
him. Yeah?
I'm just gonna go, mate. If honestly, I'd rather not shoot you guys if we can help it. If we can help it, I'd prefer working with you guys.
Can we do a trade?
Maybe.
Yeah, like
No,
we're doing
none of us
trading.
have
of course.
business, so
Well, you don't need business to do a trade necessarily. You can kind of... Business will be useful if you guys want to do buying and selling with like proper like salespeople and some... But for these guys, it's fine. You can just like do a rough barter.
I'd honestly prefer not having to do combat. Combat's honestly a pain for basically everyone involved. Our guys might get shot. You guys might get shot. I'd rather no one dies at all if we can help it.
The guy looks at you and you can see just you can see him relax. He just looks a little bit calmer after that statement. He kind of looks at you and goes, yes. And his shoulders relax and he looks a little less threatened and terrified by the experience.
Yeah. I mean, there's a guy in basically like almost power armor sitting right, like directly across from him, so I can understand him.
Yeah, it's just like a guy with like a massive rifle and like fully kitted out in equipment. So he calms down. And he's like, oh, thank goodness. And he says, well then you'd best know that my he kind of ends up saying leader, but he basically says captain and other things, but he basically ends up meaning leader. Not really captain of a ship, more so like a leader, a squad leader basically.
Yeah.
And he says, my squad leader, squad leader Jax. I can't remember what I called him, but it's Jax basically. If you say this to him, he will be fine with you, basically. And he says, he agrees that he doesn't want to fight, and that they definitely don't want to fight. That they are scared shitless.
I said, if they're salvagers, then it makes perfect sense that they don't want to fight.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfectly reasonable.
So he nods and he says, you should probably take me in front with you.
Yeah, I will do. Sorry to say, but one of your boys up in the other section of the ship
Had an accident.
ended up dying to oxygen deprivation.
The guy
No mask.
The guy looks at you and he says, can you describe him to me? And you kind of describe what the guy looks like.
Yeah,
And
Well, given I had a high medical roll on that, should I do that bit?
Sure, super busy. You've been standing behind Jonas and you've been listening in, being the secondary. Calm. So super busy goes over and he's like, and you describe what the guy looked like, and funnily enough, the guy kind of smiles a little bit and chuckles to himself, and he says, that guy was a total asshole. It's just like...
I genuinely just laugh out a little at that, just like...
Yeah, you can see that it makes him a bit sad, but he tries to overcome it with humor.
It's fair enough.
And so he says, sorry, there was just my fingernail was hurting me. Okay, so he says, okay, that is very bad, but I can forgive you. This space is a terrible mistress. And basically, you explain, and he's fine with it, effectively. You have to see what you can do about his leader, but that'll be...
Yeah, we put him out of his misery, but I'm not going to say how.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
think
that's
I
for the
like the idea
best.
of his friend having his head smushed by a hammer.
No, maybe it's best not to say that.
Blood on my hammer might reveal it anyways.
Maybe. Well, I think you hit him with the hammer in such a way that it looks like he got pulled by depressurization. Oh shit.
I mean,
so morbid.
His head could full well have just gotten crushed against something by depressurization anyway.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So yeah, it's fine. Okay. Anyway, so morbidity and hilariosity aside, you get to talk to him and you convince him, and he'll come forward with you and try to.
Yeah, let's get up to the front then.
Right. Oddie and Abstruse, of course, waiting there calmly. Pardon me. Nothing happens. They just relax there quietly. Let's come forward.
So apparently these guys are just salvagers. So I'd prefer just talking. So we're gonna get past this, and just talk.
Yeah.
We can convince him to join our crew.
Maybe. So Oddie and Abstruse boost you guys over the wall. So I guess you boost him first, and he basically stands there with you. You come around the corner, and once again there's a sealed blast door.
Here's my job.
Is the guy there that Oddie saw running off? Or potentially dying?
No, he isn't. He isn't there. Let me just refresh my page.
I was gonna say, I'm assuming these guys, considering they're presumably inside the deeper parts of the ship, they presumably have, control over these sections.
Yeah.
And they're probably already trying to salvage the engine and such, so we're going to have to stop them doing that.
Yeah, or at least convince them that it's not worth it.
And then steal it for ourselves.
Yeah.
I like that. That's actually really funny.
It's not worth it. Busy disassembling it behind his back.
What about that turret on the right?
Oh, the turret on the right is once again disabled. It's not active.
Yeah.
You climb over.
It didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say, considering it didn't shoot the guy walking away, earlier
may have
that Ollie saw.
changed its target list.
Maybe. But from what you can
It
tell,
was saying the other turret was saying hostiles 30 minutes ago as well. So I would assume not.
I'll just reveal these other rooms, so you guys don't have to. So Oddie, so you guys can all boost over, and you all combined, you all managed to shift the barricade a little bit to one side, so it's kind of, you can all kind of squeeze past it. Oddie, just like a moth to flame, goes for the weapon box.
And what do I find?
You open it and there's completely nothing in it. There's just a few empty.
What are you expecting, Ollie?
It's just a few empty Galzion. It's like a few empty Galzion and Illyrian canisters. It's not anything.
What about the crate? No one's searching in the crates.
The crates, for the most part, yeah, you guys will search them later. But for the most part, they contain like pretty much nothing. Again, scrappers.
Yeah, it's gonna be like scrap and stuff.
That scrap will be very useful later.
Yeah, not necessarily very, but it can be mildly useful.
Yeah, it can be useful. Okay, so you guys approach the blast door.
Go and knock on the door.
Just knock casually. You knock on it. There's a little intercom to your right, and you assume that it's here for this exact purpose. And but judging, and you know what this blast door is because your ship has them too. These are anti-depressurization blast doors. Basically, the moment depressurization is detected, they start to close. And these intercoms are specifically for that, for once that happens. So you press the intercom, and you wait. And eventually you hear this voice on the other side that says, it's basically, it's garbled and very similar to the other guy's way of talking. It effectively ends up resulting in, it's this other guy with a little bit of a deeper voice. Maybe he's putting it on. It almost sounds like he's trying to put it on, like he's trying to seem bigger and scarier than he really is. Yeah. It's something really kind of funny. But basically, he ends up telling you to bugger off and leave them alone, and that their spaceship will come back, and with them they will make you suffer if you dare to harm them.
There's no intention of hurting you.
Yeah, I know that's the attitude we're taking, but I want to say I'd like to see them try.
So I mean that one's going to be going unsaid. Once we actually meet in person, that one's going unsaid. But basically.
Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually have access to lift these doors ourselves.
Sorry, Oddie?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Should I just hack the door?
Okay, guys, one at a time. Oddie, you're cutting out a little bit for me. Say it one more time.
I won't be surprised if we have the codes to open the door or be able to hack the door open anyway.
Ooh, Oddie, your mic.
That would be quite funny.
How did we move that barricade?
All of you combined just kind of shifted it a little bit. It's very heavy, but you managed to shift it a bit. Also, I don't want you guys to have to climb over it right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna straight up say to him, like, yeah, mate, we'd rather not do combat. If we can help it, we'd rather not actually do any fighting.
This is outside of the game because it's not the best option in terms of it would make them hostile, but I just want to see if I could actually hack the door, just because it's funny.
So
I rolled a sub 12.
You did roll a sub 12. Oh my life! You know what's too busy? Just for that, for just rolling a sub 12, you could have absolutely done it. So here's the thing: it's a big, heavy air blast door. It's not actually meant to open again once it's fallen down, unless technically leveraged up, or by very specific controls on the inside of the ship. You could do it with like a nice high roll, like an 11 or a 12, or like basically anything above like 6 or 8. And you could probably just do it. You could like rewire it and make it open itself. But it's a big.
Bad that 7's my lowest.
Yes, that's very bad actually. Oh my life. So basically, it's a big heavy blast door, and your ship has the same things in basically the same place actually, but they're in the roof, and they're meant to fall down, and then making them open up again is very difficult because they magnetically lock at the bottom and these other things. So you'd have to turn off the mag locks, and then you'd have to leverage it open. Alternatively, you'd have to restore pressure, which you've already done. So it's actually already kind of getting better, but it's not at the point yet where the airlock doors will actually, where the blast doors will open. So Jonas, you tell the guy on the other side that you don't want to fight, and he goes, well then, what are you here for? Basically, he ends up telling you. Don't know why I'm picking Russian, but I'm picking Russian. We're just gonna do with Russian because I like Russian. So he basically asks you, what are you here for then? Why are you here?
Because this is the ship. Because this ship belongs to the Rebel Battalion.
You can hear him kind of go, and you can hear him get further away from the intercom and talk to.
He's just
someone.
sitting there like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh fuck, oh no,
Abstruse, you were trying to say something?
Yeah, we're on a recovery mission, man.
Yeah. So, it's very obvious that he's now stressing out. And that he definitely did not intend to bump into LSN or Rebel Battalion or anyone. He didn't want to meet anyone on this mission.
Yeah, he didn't want to meet any of the, big factions. Which is understandable.
And so he comes back to the intercom and says, what specifically would you like to find? He basically ends up...
We want to disable the generator and slash engine and then salvage the ship.
Yeah, mostly check for extra information on what actually happened to the crew and a couple other things.
The guy goes, okay, interesting. You hear him once again back away from the intercom and talk to someone. And this time it's a little more frantic. And he says, all right, well, just give us a second. And his voice is breaking. He's absolutely terrified. You can hear it in him.
Also, we got one of your boys back over here.
Oh yeah. Do you want to let him speak? Or
yeah.
Okay. So you let him onto the intercom, and basically he says, Jax, they are not here to kill us. It is fine, basically. And the other guy on the other side he goes, fine, okay, all right. You have my boy. I will. And you kind of put it together that maybe this guy that you saved is perhaps his son, maybe. But that's kind of an assumption you make. Either way, the door slides back up, and you are greeted by this guy and another guy in pretty much... well, here I can just reveal a lot of this. You meet these two guys clad in kind of low-level body armor. The one guy seems to be dressed in GCD equipment, as if he's probably ex-GCD or something. And he would seem to be Jax, and he comes up to you and says, a pleasure to meet you, Rebel Battalion. Forever we are free. Kind of extends his hand, tries to shake your hand.
Pleasure. I just shake his hand.
Yeah. He goes, what would you like? And he basically stands back and kind of motions for you to go through if you want. The other guys kind of stand back and seem a bit more terrified.
As a sign of friendship, I'm just going to ask if any of them need medical attention.
Oh, that's.
I was gonna motion Audi, Super Busy, and Alex up with me to check logs and tech stuff.
Okay, cool.
Well, I'll go this way to the engine then.
All right. So
the engine if we up.
So they let you in. What's it?
Check the data.
Yeah, let me reveal the whole ship for you. There you go.
Audi, check whatever data regions you can.
So Audi enters the room, and it looks like there's been a large explosion in here. And once again, it looks like an LSN magnetic grenade. The scavengers kind of stand back and let you guys go about whatever you want. They're not at all very interested in getting in your way. The guy basically... sorry, Jonas. We're both moving at the same... Here, let me move. Okay.
Yeah.
So, basically the guys, they step out of your way, and you guys can go about your business. Who wants to do things first?
Well, I'll just ask with these guys any medical attention before I head over to the engine room.
Well, body roll first.
Someone seems to be very badly damaged.
Either that or dead.
Yes, perhaps.
If like that, I'll probably see to him later.
Yeah.
Unless he's already dead. because I think getting this engine offline is more important.
So you go into the medical. So they say no, we don't have any injured people. There is a dead man, but he's not one of ours. Basically, they end up telling you. And so you go into the medical room.
Okay, check that.
So you go into the medical room, and this medical room is untouched. They haven't actually taken any of the equipment, and you're going to assume that that's because there's a dead body in here, and they don't want to be anywhere near that. There's one guy.
I'm salvaging this equipment then. Afterwards, obviously.
Yeah. So you go up to the dead body, and it's hard to tell. It's a lot of his equipment is a bit ramshackled. He might have been one of the rebel guys, or maybe he was an LSN guy that was very badly damaged and like scrapped. But he would seem to be just a guy that was probably in the medical room at the time of the attack, and probably just was left and died. He's judging by how, but using your medical knowledge, you assess that he probably died yesterday, and probably from a number of things, blood loss and other things. He probably took a shot and then was thrown into the medical room, but then didn't have time to be evac'd.
Yeah, well, there's nothing I can do for him, so.
Yeah. If it is LSN, he might well have been captured.
What is it? Yeah, okay.
That's for looking at the engine/generator.
Oh, you know.
Not sexist, boys.
Oh, okay. So so the body would seem to be, yeah, it would seem to be okay. So looking at him for longer,
that's the engine, not the body.
No, but I'm saying the body anyway. I'm going to finish telling you about the body. So the body it would seem to be a Rebel Battalion guy on closer inspection, because although he has some LSN armor, he's got like defend weave, and the LSN wouldn't mix. Not defend weave. He's got hyper weave, and the LSN wouldn't mix hyper weave and all these other things. So he's got Rebel Battalion equipment, and so you go, okay, this must have been a Rebel Battalion guy. Why he was left here is a different question altogether, but you never know. So okay, you leave him in there, and of course the scavengers haven't touched that room because they don't want to be anywhere near the poor old dead body. There was one guy in there, but he was going to lead you in.
I mean, I would I'm half assuming that.
Crate in there, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jonas.
But I would have assumed that he got left behind because, well, frankly, the rest of the Rebel Battalion boys were probably just straight up panicking. I mean, there's blood-soaked steps on the way to the escape pod, so they probably just didn't have the time to deal with him.
Probably not. Cool. Okay, so who shall I go first, Oddie or Super Busy?
So Oddie first.
Okay. Oddie? Ooh, Oddie, unplug your mic and replug it again.
It's being that way again.
It's gonna be that way, what can I say? Whew. Okay, try again, Oddie. Hello?
Any better?
Yes, there we go. Can hear you.
Also, after data logs, information, navigation, if there's anything stored in this.
Okay,
Salvageable.
sadly, the primary data thing is like scarred and damaged, and these little Galzion rounds in it. But you can recover a few of the hard drives, and you pull out some of the solid states, and you grab one of the things, and you kind of plug them in. You see what you can get on the consoles, and some of the consoles are reasonably undamaged, and so you go to them and you see what you can pull up. Effectively, if I can go show it.
Ooh, I need to hit the bathroom. I'll be right back. You can keep going.
I actually also need to go to the bathroom. So everyone, let's have a quick bathroom break because I actually need to wee very badly, and I'll see you guys in a second.
Alright, I'm back.
I'm back.
Just give me a moment. I need to go let my little dog out for a wee, as well. Hilariously enough.
Yeah, I can put away my plate then. Alright, I'm back again.
So, who's missing?
Labs is still AFK.
I'm here. So. Just and rejoin to get better connection.
By the way, there is a barrel of coolant here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's one spare barrel.
Okay. Okay. Hello?
Hello.
Okay. Join us, Abstruse, Oddie, Super Busy Alex.
Yes.
Hello.
Yep, I'm here.
Hello, guys.
Okay.
Alright. All good?
Do we have an Audi?
I think. Oddie?
He was
We do
going
not-
to reconnect, I think.
Oh, okay. Cool. I mean, I'm hearing myself through his speakers. Never split the party.
It looks like the world first raid attempt is still going.
All my
So,
life.
I am in no way, shape, or form surprised.
No, I'm not. I just decided to have a quick look.
I mean,
I
last wish took how long?
I've
Like
no
14
idea.
or so hours at least.
14
Yeah.
hours? That's
I
insanity.
think.
I didn't play year 2, so I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I've played from year 1. I just haven't done any of the raids because I've never had people to do them with.
Let me help you with that. 1 second.
Yeah, it's just mostly that my clan is like half dead,
Ah, okay.
so it's like, okay.
Oddie, you're doing alright now. Still can't hear you.
I can't hear anything from you, mate.
Just try and relink your sound. Make sure your VR headset isn't plugged in.
Well, that's a fair point.
my life, City.
It's like there's like 100,000 plus people in it.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, 200,000 plus.
Okay. You're my
Okay, that's grown a lot in the last few days.
Yeah, 75,000 online, 184,000 offline.
That's a lot of people.
Actually, no, that's 184,000 total, I think.
Yeah. No, it literally has people from Discord as members of the server to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, that's fair.
At least as far as I can tell, that's what it has. So, yeah, it's quite a big channel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry, I was just dealing with something.
I've used that to do a couple raids recently.
Yeah, that's fair.
Ooh, neat. I need to, okay. 14-hour raid? Okay, I need to go look into this after we're done. I'm interested now. You've got me hooked. 14 hours to... Yes, okay. Audie, are you managing?
And the world record's now what? Probably about half an hour or something stupid like that?
Yeah. I mean, there have been killing Riven in a couple of seconds at this point.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I as far as I'm aware, Last Wish can be cheesed quite easily, or at least it could.
Huh. Yeah, I think it still can.
Well, you don't get auto reload on the rally barricade anymore.
Is everyone not back yet?
No, Audie's trying to reconnect. I can't hear him yet.
Yeah, Luna factions are also dead.
A Luna class problem, you might say.
Coming from the person who's uploaded less than me in the last month.
Oh, okay, okay. I basically dug. I did that to myself. You're not wrong here.
You did.
You win. You win this war. You win this war, dear sir. I love my little dog. It's okay.
I'm still proud. I'm still proud of the most recent one. That most recent game was real good.
Which one is this?
Most recent video.
Your most recent video. Yeah, where you like killed 4 guys at once. Just.
That's physically impossible considering it was 3v3.
Sorry, you know what I mean. 3. Okay, look. I'm bad at math.
It's 5 minutes.
Yes.
So if Audie doesn't get back, I can still link this.
I know I'm genuinely terrible at competitive, so.
Yeah, I don't play much comp, but I play some comp.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty bad at the entire game as a whole at the moment because I'm completely out of practice.
Yeah, that's fair. I've been playing since year 1.
Yeah,
I played a bit of year 1. Then I really started playing a lot in year 2.
Yeah, no, I played a lot of year 1 Destiny, and then I've played since the beta of Destiny 2, but missed year 2 because I didn't have the money to buy it at the time.
Yeah, I've also played since beta of D2, but I didn't play any D1.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I run that year 1 loadout in comp and shit.
Yeah, I'm still on Better Devils and Sunshot, so.
I mean, I run Sturm, my guy.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
So it's like, okay, cool.
I haven't actually got Sturm. I never got round to getting it.
I outrange literally anyone else, to be fair. Like, any other hand cannon, I just fucking outrange. But, yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons Better Devils was so good in year 1, because it had the explosive payload.
Yeah,
so
explosive
at
rounds.
any range, it was still doing half damage at least.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
To be fair, Old Fashioned was also pretty damn good back then, but that's because Hurdy Durk killed clip. I mean, that was the reason I didn't play any PvP in year 1. Literally none.
No. PvP was my thing in D1, so I just started playing that mainly.
I run Old Fashioned for stupid amounts.
Okay.
All good, Audie. All good.
Go ahead.
Restarting PC.
Then people have time to watch the. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I've already watched it and I laughed. It was just like, hey, it's my first game. Instantly kills the entire team. Oh, I love it. The entire Splinter. It's Splinter v Splinter, actually. Ah. I always. Yeah. Probably.
I'm glad to know I'm not the only person with terrible loading times.
Yeah.
Yeah, Destiny 2's
And
free
yeah,
now, right?
also, I hadn't slept for like
Some
20
of it is
hours.
free, but if
Yeah.
you want all the recent stuff, you have to pay for it.
Ah, okay. Okay, fair.
They've
From,
made
like,
year 1
year-
and a tiny bit of year 2, 3, but things like the year
Yeah.
3 story and such you have to pay for.
Okay.
Year 2 story as well.
Raids and such.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go have a
But
look into Destiny 2.
you can get all the year 1 raids for free as well, which is nice.
But yeah. If you want to get the experience of Destiny, you can get it for free. And then decide if you want to spend more money on it.
Okay, I like that.
It's definitely worth it, though, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I have to say
it's
I
one
mean,
of my favorite games.
yeah, I mean, I've never played Destiny. That's the thing. I haven't played 1, haven't played 2. Haven't looked at them.
So yeah, super busy. Do you follow Bife?
I've watched some of his stuff.
Have you watched his most recent, the 4-hour thing?
I started watching it but didn't have time to finish it. It is
I'm
very
debating on
interesting,
sending
though.
that to Laps now. A
Laps, you
casual
love
4.
lore stuff. You send it to him. Laps loves lore stuff.
Oh,
Okay,
Jonas
yeah.
knows. Jonas knows. Jonas very much knows.
Okay, so yeah, let me
Send me
just
law stuff.
find it.
Send me law stuff. I'll enjoy.
Laps, it's a 4-hour video.
What? Perfection.
It's a 4-hour video.
Yeah, it goes through
Lost.
from the very earliest history of the Destiny lore.
Oh.
The main issue with Destiny lore is it's spread out over about 5,000 extracts or something that you have to slowly get.
Hey man, ever heard of the Ever Archive?
and several million years.
All my life.
well.
Okay, all right. So slightly vaster
To
time
be
span.
fair, the several million years is mostly due to the Books of Sorrow, but
I
that's
got
beside-
it. Okay.
Yeah. No, I watched about the first hour of it and then ran out of time.
I
haven't
just
gone
went
back
through
since.
all of it. I went through all of it in one sitting. I already knew basically all of it, but it was still like I fucking need to see this because
Yeah,
it's Bife.
Okay, send me this
It's
link.
Papa Bife. I have. Yeah, Grandpa.
If you need more stuff about Destiny, just go to Bife.
Okay.
It has
Bife.
everything.
Okay.
Bife is Bay.
All right. Send me this link to me.
I
PM it to
just
me.
did.
Oh, okay.
And then if you want raid guides, you go to Carcass, and if you want exotic guides, you go to Datto.
Yes.
I mean,
okay.
that can be good for raids as well.
Yeah, but
least
Carcass is
decent.
the standard one for raids.
Yeah, fair.
I love this. I love it.
And if you want PvP, you go to Cammy.
Cammy. Okay.
Haven't heard of him.
Cammy Cakes.
What a name.
That does actually ring a bell thinking about it.
I was like, wait, what? Because how do you not hear of Cammy? Laps? Are you
Yeah.
okay?
Just trying to. There's something rattling around my right ear. Not my right ear. My right earphone. My right earphone. I don't know what it is. So I'm trying to see if I can click it back into place. And violence is the answer in this case. Okay.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh my god, apps. Thanks, Danny. I'm looking at the reassembly Discord because people are pinging me, and apparently great things have happened in my life. Just tell me when Oddie gets back, and we'll
Yeah.
I'm assuming you've sent Laps the video.
Yeah. And I sent you a link to Cammy's channel.
Yeah, I've literally just looked it up.
Where's
Is it?
Jonas? Did you PM it to me?
I sent it on Discord.
Why didn't it tell me? Okay, I mean I see it now, but it didn't tell me I got it. Weird. Okay. Just didn't give me the notification. Okay. Using some tourneys to keep the Nemesis torch alive.
I would watch through Bife's stuff, but I don't have time to watch through thousands of hours of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, in most cases you can really just listen to it.
Well, yeah.
Which
but
is what I'll
It's
do to
really
it.
good for
I'll put it on in
It's
the background.
really good for
Yeah.
listen.
Oh yeah. You know, at
it
some
mentions
point.
a lot of stuff I do is very loud, so
Yeah,
fair.
at some point I have to just do the Ever Archive audiobook.
I would
Oh
listen
yeah,
to
and
that.
Laps.
I would very much listen to that.
Yes, Jonas.
Same, but also, Laps, you and Odie have to 2v1 me in Destiny.
Holy crap. Okay, alright. Hello, Odie.
What's your Steam tag, Jonas?
Same as here, same as everywhere. Jonas193.
Odie, the funny thing is I can hear you through speakers, but I can't hear you. So,
Probably turn his mic off.
but the thing is, that wouldn't make sense because I'm still hearing myself through speakers, unless it's rerouting into his actual... That's really weird. Maybe... Odie, go to your
maybe-
sound settings.
Check your
Has
device.
it changed his input
Speakers
device?
can work as microphones.
Yeah. Wait, what? Speakers can work as madness. Odie,
Yeah, if
my speaker's on my mic, so I can't fix it. Okay. Well, speak into it? Question mark. I'm failing to understand what's broken here. Interesting.
Change your input device?
Yeah.
Do you have Steam loaded at the moment, Jonas?
Shame, Odie.
Yeah, do you know how to get your friend code?
No.
Top
Exact.
left, friends, and then add a friend, and it'll take you to a page with it.
Odie, go to open volumes, open sound settings, and there should be like a restore to default or something. Where is it? To fix
On
this.
Discord, there's also an input settings.
Yeah. You might need to check. Actually, yes, you will probably need to go check the Discord input because I know it sometimes does stupid stuff, and I don't know why. Like, I'm not even joking. If you just reset the Discord input, it might fix it.
Apparently it didn't want to send the code. Super busy. I tried to send the code, but it didn't want to go.
What, in the PM?
Yeah, I tried to send it to you in Discord, but apparently it doesn't want to.
Weird, Odie.
Yeah, it's not letting me send to you either.
Weird.
Odie, do you have your
No,
speakers?
yours is sent like 4 times.
Okay.
Weird.
I am very confused.
Odie, do you... Ooh, how do we do this, Odie? Do you want to use your phone? You might just use your phone. Connect the Discord on your phone.
I mean, or we just break it off here.
Or we just break it off here. But I mean, you guys are pretty much done with this. I just want to finish it and then we can...
Yeah, but
like...
we can
Just
get
give
more.
us all the parts.
Well, we can get more. We're gonna be able to get more stuff later anyway. We're gonna
We
be.
haven't looted all the crates.
Well, we're probably not gonna be going through all the crates. We're
You'll
gonna be
just
going
auto
through.
scavenge them for us, right?
We're gonna be going through the important stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like, number one, you guys want to get that fabricator, so... Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I want to salvage this engine and the medical room and everything else. But yeah.
Oh, so, okay,
Fabricator, engine, medical.
so the
You
engine...
should salvage everything.
So, okay, so let me just tell you the thing anyway, super busy, because I was going to get there. The engine is heavily shot to hell. It's working, but it's barely working. It's...
You hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah!
Odie! Oh, life!
Yeah. Look, I have so many headsets I can go through them all.
Odie, this is a really nice high quality mic. What happened to this one?
It's not very comfortable. I have like right now I'm looking at including this one 4 headsets I've got,
Yo.
and there's probably more laying around.
Wow,
I've
Odie.
been for that many.
Gee.
And this one don't rely on a single audio cord. This one relies on both.
Oh, my life. Rough. Okay. Alright, Odie, so, okay, guys, let's finish. Come on, let's go. Oh.
It's just not very comfy. That's why I got a new one.
Oh, shame, Odie.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I get you. Maybe...
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll talk about some I'm going to talk you through some headset makeshift adaptations, but we can maybe do that later.
But yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna say fabricator, engine, medbay. That's what we primarily want.
Yeah, and you can probably get that from the good old scavenger guys. I think they're
You
happy
want-
to... Yeah?
Do we want to salvage the hydroponics bay?
You
Oh,
can.
bays.
You can. Yeah.
Because having
That's
additional
amazing.
ones of those would probably be quite
Get this
useful.
ship back over here and let's
That
put those
might be
crates
good.
on it.
Why? We don't need them.
Don't need hydroponics. Anyway, so okay.
We don't
Be
need the
used
crates. We
So
don't need
look,
the crates.
let's-
And also, we don't want to take the crates off these guys. these
Yeah.
guys are probably going to be able to make better use of them and need them more. And also, if we let them have more stuff, there's a good chance we're going to be able to get friendly-ish relations with them and get good deals with them later as well. So, no, we're not taking the grades.
Yeah, clever. Okay, so Oddie, let me talk you through what you're looking at. So, because that's what I wanted to. What was that? Did someone just drop a symbol?
No, I just whacked my headset into it.
Oh, ouch. Okay, here. Okay, so Oddie, you load up some of the data structures, and effectively, you get this: extracted data log, debug notice, non-deserializable data structure detected. Assume corrupted data, missing data, removed data. Entry 0043. Managed to locate target 0. Unresponsive, and I'm not sure what they did. Entry 0184. Target 9 is returned to B01. Entry 0201. Target 12 is located. Could not recover. Entry 0324. Hunted by S17. You guys know that S is effectively a abbreviation, much like A. S is an abbreviation for hostile vessels. For example, S12 is the abbreviation for Starship Forsdale. S17, if you enter it into your home ship's database, you'll probably be able to figure out what ship it was. Hunted by S17. And then entry 9 at hash corrupted number thingy string. Blah, blah, blah. Compromised. A71 compromised. Ajax Plowson is stand. Ajax Plowson is stand. Abandoning deep. And then end data log.
Well then.
Damn.
Alright, yeah, we're gonna get all this. Let's get this data back on our ship and get the intel as best we can.
Yeah. Yeah. So the scrapper guys are happy to give you or are happy to let you guys take the intel and stuff that they can't really get much use of. So Super Busy, you look at the engine and the reactor. Actually, the reactor is kind of on its last legs. It's similarly taken a couple of Gazion rounds to it, and the scrappers have kind of started. Well, yeah, the salvagers have started kind of picking through stuff. It seems that so you talk to the salvager, the squad leader Jonas, and it seems that they've actually already picked through a lot of the ship and had put it on their main ship, and their main ship had went to take it out to wherever their drop-off position is, wherever their like vault is, or their yeah, you get what I mean, their storage.
Home-based
and
storage.
Yeah, their home-based storage. And he says that basically he's happy to let you guys have all the stuff that they weren't going to take anyway, which was the fabricator and the other stuff. The stuff that was a bit too high tech for them to disassemble and actually make any use of.
Right.
So he's happy to let you guys have the fabricator and the engine components, and of course the data stuff and the medical, because they're all a bit off-put by just the medical room for some reason. For some reason, these guys just don't like the medical room. Not just because there's...
Yeah, so we can get the upgrade in the medical room, perhaps?
My life. Sorry, what? Who is...
Could we also take the
Upgrade
drones?
in the medical room,
Yes,
perhaps?
yes, Super Busy. You can take the drones. You can probably just... Yeah?
Yeah, presumably it's presumably mostly because there's a dead body in there, and as we've already seen, these guys prefer not to fight.
Yeah.
So, dead bodies and such would be understandably off-putting.
Absolutely. Okay, nice. Alright, so, yeah, you guys do that. Oddie gets some data logs and stuff, which he's going to have to spend time decoding over, like, the next week.
Hang on.
Yeah, Jonas?
Was there a tag on, name tag or anything on the dead body?
You go to him, but sadly he's quite scarred. But you do manage to grab a little name tag, and yeah, he's a Rebel Battalion guy. You take it, and it's basically just a string of numbers, but it's a string of numbers and then colon and then max, MAX, max. So you take it off him.
Would that string of numbers be in a database?
It would be, yeah. You could access it. You could access
so
it from your.
We can inform people that this person is dead and the others are unaccounted for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I'm debating on is if Max is the last name or first name, I don't know, but if it's
Well,
not,
what are our badges like? Because I'm assuming we'll have similar.
Yeah, your badges are the same. Okay, yeah, oh, correct, clever. So, yeah,
this is fair.
your badges are a string of numbers and then your last names.
Okay. So
Sorry, not your last names, your first names. Sorry, wrong way around. It's your first names. I'm sorry. It's your first names.
Okay. And this was Max.
Max, yes.
All right. Okay, so Mr. Plausen got away. That's unfortunate. I was half hoping it would be him.
Yeah, half hoping, half hoping. Okay.
Can I see what's in this crate?
It's a bunch of, again, actually this one is kind of filled with like medical equipment and other stuff. So Super Busy's
They
like,
said
yeah,
they
I
didn't
got this.
They
Who's
said they
this
didn't want the
Plausen
stuff in the
guy?
medical room, right?
Yeah, primarily because they were off-put by the dead body. They didn't want to go in there and touch anything.
This is ours. I'll
Yep.
pick up the crate.
Yeah, they're happy to let you guys have the medical room. So you guys take all the medical stuff and whatever. Let me just,
What's the
Who's
blue
who this
stuff on the
person
ground?
Jonas was?
sorry?
Who's the person Jonas mentioned saying I was hoping it was this guy?
Ajax
Uh,
Clausen.
Who is last stand? Who
Yeah.
is who is the stand infiltrator into that rebel stick?
Hmm.
That deep stick.
Yeah. Look at
What's the blue stuff on the ground?
the
in the
blue
medical
stuff?
room?
Those are little medical trolleys with like medical equipment on them.
Just
Sup-
as a question, then, if we know he's an LSN infiltrator, why have we let him stay?
So Super Busy, go to your journal, go to Allies, and go A71 data log. Open it up.
That's us finding out that this Ajax Plausen person is stand.
His last stand. Yeah. You see it? Super Busy at the bottom.
A71 data log.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay, Ajax plus understand. Right, okay, yeah, no, I missed that.
So he's not in our team.
Mm.
He's so he's out and about. So I'm gonna be trying to get in touch with as many other deep sticks as possible, at least in the region, and inform them of this, because that's a major threat.
Mm. Yeah. So Ajax Plausen is stand literally means Ajax Plausen is a last stand Navy guy. So yeah, and so this is a data log, logged probably by this ship's captain, who by the way was Castrista Gaffey. Castrista Gaffey is the captain of this ship. You do actually know who the captain is, or the squad leader actually, the deep stick leader. You know he's Castor Gaffey. You don't know about the rest of his crew, but now you see that Ajax Plausen must have been one of these guys. And Max, poor old Max. You could probably pull up a data archive on him on your own ship.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. Let me make some notes as to what you guys are bringing over. So you guys spend some time, number one, pulling apart the fabricator.
Literally everything in this room.
You pull apart the fabricator, you grab the drones. You also take the broken drone, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Why not?
with regards to the engine, because it's effectively broken and I can actually afford to fully disassemble it and such, is there anything I learn?
Not much that you learn that you didn't already know. You already
'Cause
quite...
also want to
I
take,
won't have been able to disassemble a full engine before, because I will have needed it to power the ship.
Yeah, but you've been able to study diagrams of engines and stuff. But yeah, you take it apart and you learn it maybe a little bit. Say,
We
put
also
a...
want to take.
Yeah?
You also want to take some of the turrets parts, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
the
the
exterior
gi-
turrets, and the one at the
yeah, the
bottom
gi-
is only disabled, right?
But the
Yeah,
scrappers might want that. So
Yeah.
that's up to you
well,
guys
these-
if you
We'll have
want to...
These giant external turrets, I was going to look at the capacitors and other magnetic coils and such.
Yeah.
Mm.
See if I could
have a chat
salvage
with
any of
them
it.
about I'll have a chat with them about about us taking one of the exterior turrets.
Yeah,
One or two.
so-
The disabled turret at the bottom is also just disabled and not damaged, right?
So the guy tells you
Yeah,
that...
and they're probably gonna want that.
Yeah. So, oh, also, by the way, is no one going to check the sleeping room? um,
That's a fair point.
and
I'm
also,
gonna head up and check that.
yeah, and also the mess room looks like it looks like people left in a hurry. There's like plates of food half eaten and stuff. People ran. Also, Oddie goes into the bridge and has a look through there.
I'm looking
And
at the navigation and stuff like that.
so navigation-wise, it's all been scrubbed. It seems whoever was here last hit the scrub button on their navigation structure and basically left a small threw a grenade at the control console to blow it up. So some of the consoles are heavily
So
damaged, and
they
basically,
know what they're doing, basically.
yeah, our guys knew it. Our guys knew what they were doing, and they scrubbed all the information that could have implicated other guys. The primary data structure is also heavily damaged, so the stuff that you recovered is pretty much it. Those things, that's like the oxygen recycler, which luckily has been left till last. That thing at the bottom there is it's the Neuranic coolant input valve, where you effectively you take the barrel, you stick it on, it takes it in, and it basically cycles in coolant for the reactor
Yeah.
and for any other part of the ship.
We can check with them if they need the spare coolant. Otherwise, we'll happily take the coolant.
They say that they're happy. They've taken as much coolant as they want.
Alright, sweet. We'll take that barrel.
Cool. +1 coolant to you guys. Let me just go over to your main ship and actually make some notes of this.
So did we say we were taking a turret or not? Or turret part?
So Jonas talks to the guy, and the guy says that he'd like to keep the turrets for their own ship because they're running low on like ammunition and weapon parts and things like that.
Well, they can take 5. Could we take one of them?
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean the internal
Yeah,
turrets. I'm
so-
talking about the internal turrets.
We're meaning
The internal turrets we don't give a shit about.
Okay,
We
great.
don't care about them.
You don't give a damn.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
It's
meaning
just
taking parts off the huge external ones to possibly make new weapons with.
Oh yeah, no, you can disassemble one of the big exterior ones. They're happy to let that happen.
Yeah, 'cause
That's
I want some nice, powerful magnetic coils. So-
Yeah, I get you. I need to actually make notes of this. But okay, so you pull apart that, you grab one of the drones, you grab one. So you pull apart the fabricator parts. So let me actually just now write this down in deep A102 resources. I need to just make some notes of some equipment. Just some unsorted stuff, basically.
I'm just going to scan across the ship and see if there's anything we've missed. So.
Yeah, I get you. Okay, so mid-level fabricator, VGP components, damaged. Okay, so Jonas, you go into the sleeping room,
Mhm.
and all the caskets kind of are lying there empty, and there's pretty much not that much you can find, except that each one of the pods has a name on it. And of course you find Castrov Gravy. What is his name? I can't my word. Gaffy. I forget my own characters. Poor old Gaffy. You find Gaffy's you find Max Strawfield, and you find Ajax Plowson, and you find the names of all the other guys. So that dead soldier's name was Max Strawfield.
Yeah.
In
I'm gonna
totality.
make notes of every name.
Yeah, okay. Go for it. So you guys get VGP components damaged, fabricated components complete.
These
Fabricated.
medical tools.
Yeah, medical tools, external gun components. Yeah, large external Illyrian cannon gun components. Large external Illyrian cannon weapons components. Drones. Yeah, so Busy's written it down there for me nicely. Drones. Yeah, the engine components. Medical generator components. Right. So this is a Q2 beta reactor. Reactor components damaged. Okay. All right, and then the other parts are kind of a bit meaningless to you. And of course, yeah. Alex.
Yeah, I would like to see if there is anything salvageable from the blown up drone.
Sure. You can scavenge some probably some like steel plating and wiring. Definitely some like rubber and other things. So let me just write that down for myself because I need to actually then add it to your resources thing. Damaged drone. That gives
Will it
you...
also be possible to bring the damaged reactor from it?
You'd have to disassemble it, but it's already... Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
look...
we're already doing that.
Yeah, we're
to a
already
good
doing that.
part.
Sorry, right, yes, we're already doing that. I actually forgot. Yeah, I've already written it down, that's why I'm not thinking about it. Wiring... what did I say? Insulation. Electrical... Insulation... And unfortunately, the little reactor that would have powered it is completely obliterated. It's no use. And then some magnet components. I'll decide how much during the week, just because I need a bit of time to think about how much that's worth.
Perfectly fair.
We will
Also,
probably...
I just said don't die.
Yeah, the raid world first attempt's currently at 4 hours.
Okay, I'm better. I think.
Could be 4.5 hours by now, right?
Well, the one I'm looking at, yeah, it's about 4.5 an hour.
Okay. Let's go get some crates of scrap. Crates of scrap. These are just notes for myself, so I can add them into your guys' stuff later.
Yeah, I was just going to say that we'll probably have to look through it and kind of restructure the list to accommodate all of the things we had.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, so there, it's all in resources right now, even though it's not all resources. What else? We were getting medical components, medical equipment, QUIPMENT, complete, right, and then probably some consoles and stuff. Thank you, super busy.
No, this is for my own purpose. I'm just seeing if there's anything I've missed.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah, so you pull apart one of the massive guns, and in that amount of time, their big ship comes back, and basically you guys greet them and say hello and exchange conversation. You talk to their captain, who's very congenial about the whole affair, actually.
I'm also just gonna mention to him, like, oh yeah, you guys got any specific node codes so we can get in touch again in case we want to do any trade?
He gives you their VAID. He gives you a VAID code, in fact. He gives you a VAID code, and now you can actually contact them from pretty much anywhere, which is really nice.
You know, because having contact with scavengers is usually a pretty good idea, because they usually have a lot of at least decent stuff.
Of course, they unfortunately end up finding their friend, but, well, they don't really hold it against you, luckily. They're a bit sad, but they
Even if they did, there's not really much they could do.
There's not really much they can do against, And also, the thing is, Viren has now brought up your ship, and all of the big Illyrian guns on your little Corvette are sticking out and
Just like, what's up, bitches?
What's up, bro? It's great. Yeah, so they don't try anything, and you guys can scavenge. You guys can grab stuff. So medical equipment, engine, reactor. Encrypted data packets, or data files, I guess, because there's still some stuff in there that you guys managed to kind of scrape out of that Oddie managed to scrape out of the corner. All the nav stuff is completely gone, but some of they probably didn't have much time to scrub that's probably why they just threw a grenade in there. Oh yeah, the drone controls. Yeah, let's get some drone control stuff. Drone control programs. You take the drone control programs and that sort of software stuff, but you leave the metal for the scavengers. And that's about it. Great. Okay.
Will there be anything of value in the amphibious vehicle?
So you go have a look at the amphibious vehicle. It is similarly, it's shot to hell. It's very damaged. You could probably maybe get some metal of it, but you think it's probably best to leave for the scavengers. They'll probably be happiest if you leave them with some vehicle components. But you have a look through it. There's nothing much of use, unfortunately. It seems that a lot of it was pulled out when this room was depressurized. Maybe your best assessment. Evil grin, air converters. Little bastard. No, there are no air converters on this ship, sadly. Air exchangers, you mean? What did I say? I think I said air exchangers. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
It
exchanges.
was an air exchanger. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, sadly
I
no.
keep forgetting myself. But
All the air exchangers are built into the ship. There's no way to get to them.
Buried.
They're buried in the steel. No making
Okay.
rocket launchers out of air exchangers today.
the next project is something to drill through the steel because I need to get to those.
Oh, life. Okay, great. That's pretty much everything. So big turret parts, Q2 beta reactor components, drones, large external Illyrian cannon weapons components, mid-level fabrication components, VGP components, damaged drone, crates of scrap, medical equipment, encrypted data files, drone control programs. Good. Okay. Wonderful. And of course, yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, good. Save changes. Alright, well done, gentlemen. There's your first mission accomplished. Hope you enjoyed that. We don't always have to do combat, which is always nice. You can talk your way out of situations.
I mean, I'm gonna say this right now. I'm gonna prefer not doing combat because combat's gonna be wasting resources.
Yeah. I'll want to do combat once in a while just to test out my weaponry, but
Yeah, that's
Because
perfectly fair. And we're
it's
probably
something I want to build.
The thing is, we're probably gonna end up running into LSN every once in a while, and I don't think we're gonna be able to talk our way out of those. At least not easily. so-
Just put a fake mustache and glasses on, you'll be completely fine. They won't be able to tell the difference.
They totally won't be able to, recognize the armor and anything. No,
I love it.
Fake mustache and glasses.
on the armor, not on my face. My face doesn't matter. Just put it on the armor, obviously.
Oh, my life.
Oh yeah, clearly.
Just on the armor. Alright, Oddie, anything? Oddie? Oddie, you dead? Oh, Oddie's typing.
You did write down that barrel of coolant, right?
Yes. It's already on your ship. It's already on your ship.
Good.
I actually need to give you some crates of stuff that are basically the disassembled fabricators and everything on your main ship. Nice. Very good, gentlemen. Very good. This is good.
Do we even have place for the drones in our engineering room?
That's actually what I'm trying to figure out right now, is how you guys are going to make space for all this equipment.
Well, as I was saying, we move the turret controls from the four edges of the ship into the core of the ship.
Ah, yes, you're right.
Yes, and the airlock is also going to be expanded.
Ah.
Yeah, the airlock will also be sealed off, so we can use that.
Okay, cool. So this is here. Let me just grab all my pictures so I can have them and do things, and I'll put you guys back to the ship once I'm done with this. So I need that. You. Let's copy that. Let's go move it over here. Move it over there. Paste it everywhere. Okay, so this thing can go into here. This can go in here. This thing can go in over here, right over here. The Neuranic coolant's already over there. I'll give you a nice the big reactor parts. Reactor part. The fabricator parts gonna have to. They'll basically be stored over here. Let's just store them in the weapons room for now. There you go. Nice. And then the reactor, sorry, the engine components. I'm just gonna have a copy pasted image of the engine and the reactor, just so that I don't have to do crazy stuff.
Just so you know when I took the swab of blood from the footprints over here.
Yes.
I've added that to my character sheet to analyze at some point.
Thank you. Good. Okay, so you guys have that, and then you also have the medical stuff. Let's grab that medical stuff. Wrong starship. Oh, well. Grab those.
I was useless in this mission, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
No.
You bashed
You
open
were not.
doors. Calm down. It's not that bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, so what?
You did useful things.
This was a less combat-focused mission. In the more combat-focused missions, you'll be one of the most important people.
Oh,
And
so-
what did I do? I did nothing.
Yeah, Alex. Literally, Alex actually did nothing. You know, you bashed doors. Alex literally did nothing. He stood at the back and just kind of had a look around at some drones. You know, he was the tourist here, and we were all the guides. Unfortunately, it's all right, Alex.
Yeah.
You'll get to have an exosuit
Yeah,
one day with a
I'll-
giant Gatling gun. It'll be great.
Yeah, I'll try to make.
At which point, Alex will be
Hey.
going through all doors first.
You also told Alex he'd get a laser gun.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
fair. That's
Someone.
fair.
Was it super busy?
I can't remember. Anyway, sorry, Jonas.
I'm gonna try to make better use of you for next mission, Alex.
Yeah.
It seems kind of like you think I only want to be a tech guy in the back, but I'm technically specialized into combat, so I can be a frontliner too.
Yeah, that's fair. I just don't know most people's skill sets perfectly just yet, so
Yeah, I have
I'm
nothing in
probably
tech,
more
so
set into infiltration and
So some people.
I'm
just not
tech,
eating
medical, and
things. I have zero
Sorry, give me a second.
no worries. So I'll end up making better use of people as we go.
should we all just list like 2 or 3 key things in like the chat so we all know what each other actually does?
Abstruse made his little squad list, but we can
Yeah.
make a more condensed version of it. Go into ABS's
More
squad stats, and at the very top, I'm gonna make a little extra area. It's basically just a summary of everyone's stuff, and then there's the super detailed, and then there's the
Just
summary.
say, honestly, just
I'm the
write
guy
like,
that waits behind corners waiting for someone to come in and then strike. Alternatively, while they're not looking, I come up behind them and strike.
Sorry, Jonas.
And if all else fails, I bring up my riot shields and you all do the work.
Oh yeah, right
Just-
shields. Yes, Jonas.
just
My strat.
basically write like like 2 or 3 words,
Yeah.
like infiltrator, tech, whatever.
Yeah, guys, do it one at a time, because if one person saves, we'll
Right.
lose the other people's information. So
I'm
just
doing it right now. So
okay. So super busy. If someone else was already working, just copy it out.
by the way, I still have an Eagle Zion Mark 42 in my inventory of some reason.
Oh, that was from the training. You can get rid of it.
and I've sorted my summary.
All right. So his summary's there.
Mhm.
All right. Next person. Who's next? Okay. What else do I have to get off this ship? Nothing. That's all good. Okay. And everyone returns to the starship. There we go. Starship.
Now with a functional engine. Yeah.
Hey.
Start making stuff. And also, oh, you already added everything.
Yeah, that's what I was busy doing. I was busy adding everything. Starship Returnia, da 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 da. Starship Returnia, da 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 da. Oh,
That top right room looks way more feel. Like, what was it even before?
It
the
was
top.
food and storage.
Yeah, and now there's drones and guns, which should actually probably be in the other room. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
Has the full fabricator been added?
The full
We
family.
are kind of stuffing our
I was
ship.
going to say because it didn't look to be the right size, but I saw the broken one over here. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the X just means disassemble because it did seem to be working.
Correct. Yeah, the X is just disassembled. That's all it means. The other two are actually damaged. Because they were shot through to hell.
What is that terminal even?
Which terminal? Oh, that's basically that's like a diagnostics and programming terminal for droids and things. It's Super Busy's terminal. He's had it there the whole time.
Yeah. If we can move that, a bit, we can get the full-scale fabricator in.
Yeah. Let's move some.
If you
things.
wouldn't mind, of course.
What do you think, Super Busy? Gosh,
Second.
the ship is getting piled up. Shame, tragedy. It's okay. Let me just.
Could I have this object be editable for a moment, Lapse?
Which object?
This thing here.
Sure. I'll give control of it to you. So, just make sure not to delete it, please.
You can just change it back in one moment. I'm just going to move
It's
its
alright,
position.
Go for it. You have it.
Could we expand the technical room like I just drew?
Yeah. You can expand it. Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually approve of that as well. That's actually a pretty good
You can
plan.
stop me editing it now, Lapse.
Okay. Yeah, the spacing of the ship was more intended to be maximally structurally efficient, but you can make little changes like that, and it won't be all too bad. It's just like it's actually fine. Doesn't matter. You guys aren't going to really be shot through with large heavy cannons.
If we put the big fabricator in here, then I'll disassemble that one and use its parts for something else.
I understand.
I'm actually maybe thinking the armory should be the room the armory is in should maybe be the technical one. It is larger and more spacious, and it's more internal.
Yeah, it's closer to the reactor. So
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you're
these are
free
all
to move rooms around. That's actually fine.
change labels.
Also, how difficult would it be to effectively, if we can end up fixing the other Q2, how difficult would it be to effectively blend the two engines into one?
It would be
Just
a
set
lot of
them
work
both
on
up
my
and-
behalf.
It would be a lot of work,
but
but it could be done.
I could combine the two generators into our engine, but I'd then also have to increase the stability of the engine to stop it destroying our ship
Yeah.
Yeah,
through
that's fair.
spaceship loom.
Because
Whatever it's called.
because good old vectorized gravitic propulsion does starship bloat, which means that if you do too
Yeah,
much
I
of
know.
it can kill everything. So yeah,
right.
you get it.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
good.
Just fair.
That'll have to be something I'll work on in the time, but
Okay, awesome. Okay, good.
Uh,
despite my stupid tech skills, it's probably slightly beyond me at the moment.
Shame, buddy.
might be.
Only slightly. I need a 20 or something.
Yeah,
Oh
the
yeah,
armory,
maybe.
yeah?
Yeah, maybe make one of those crosses over the completely shattered drone too, and the lightly damaged ones.
Oh right, yeah. I get you. So this is the
What do these
completely.
medical tools do for us?
Basically, if you guys
More
ever get
better.
hurt, you'll have better recovery and things like that.
Yeah, gives us more tools for medical.
Yeah. And less
Before
debuffs.
overheal?
And less debuffs for. Yeah, basically debuffs will last shorter amounts of time, and maybe be.
I'm
a little bit better.
assuming this is a medical object rather than another fabricator.
Yeah, it's a medical fabricator.
I was gonna say medical fabricator, but yeah.
Well, it's like
Could
a
I possibly edit the two fabricators in technical and then the medium one?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I can make the whole of technical under your control. That's actually fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, but then I might accidentally delete half of it.
Nah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, well, I'm like,
be careful.
If
Just be careful and you'll be fine.
if I can't do it, you can't do it. So
yeah, but you saw how many times I accidentally deleted my character.
okay, well, just don't press delete ever. Just never press
much.
delete. Okay, the two fabricators are now under your control, and then the big one is also under your control. Alex, do you want to like reposition the drones, or do you want to like put them where you want, or how would you like some stuff to be sorted out?
I was asking about the thing if we would want the technical room to be where we currently have the armory.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me? If we're doing that, could I potentially have control of all the tech stuff for a minute?
Yeah, well that was my plan basically.
Yeah.
So
I honestly wouldn't mind switching the armor in the technical rooms.
Yeah. The
About.
reason the armory is in there is in case the outer segment of your ship gets breached and depressurized, and in case you guys are like
we
in
could
crew
have
hold.
like a mini armory in here or something.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just kind of giving you the logic of why it was set out this way initially.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
It's kind
I
of
mean,
yeah.
if anything, I would set up like just one of these with all our, like one or two of these with all our suits and such in up in crew holding at
Yeah.
that point,
Not a bad idea.
and that would fix that problem.
Let's move some consoles around, jigger some things, so we can have some things. Not sure where this console's going to have to go. It's going to have to be kind of squeezed in somewhere else. That's fine.
Oh yeah, there is some medical stuff in crew holding.
Yeah, there's a little medical thing in crew holding. Yeah, basically, in
I
case
like
people
that.
don't
There,
wake
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I like that being there.
Yeah.
That's a very good plan.
Very useful.
But and yeah, once we get back on ship, I'm gonna try to be getting in touch with other sticks and just informing them about the stuff we got on the A71 data log. And
Good,
I'm gonna
good.
tell A43 about what happened.
Okay, good. Nice. Okay, so yeah, you.
We should, can we contact the quote-unquote Rebel Battalion high command type thing and let them know that this person is an infiltrator?
It's possible. However, the message will take a long while to get there. You're very far away from them at this point. And
You may as
because,
well send it.
yeah, you can send it and encrypt it and do other things, but it'll take a while to get there. But yeah, you can send it.
Yeah, it's worth sending. And I am gonna be getting in touch with basically every other stick that I know is in the vicinity and giving them the same information.
Awesome.
Just, just to be on the safe side.
Just to be on the safe side. Here, Super Busy and Alex can both have control of some of the drones because they're interested in that sort of thing. Super Busy, Alexander W. There we go. Okay. This other room is now filled with junk. I need to move some of this stuff out of here.
There's gonna be an awful lot of expansion work necessary.
You know, the airlock is already sealed. We could just put some of the junk in there.
Oh yeah, the airlock room over to the
No,
left.
it's not expanded. We can still use it for some stuff.
Yeah.
This is true.
What was that console for, which was in the technical room before?
It's
Debug.
yeah, it's a technical software console, basically for doing things and whatever you might need. It's for programming drones and doing things and doing other tests on hardware. It's just a console. You always need a computer sometimes. Always need a computer sometimes. Yeah, let me put these actually better best there. And
The armor is becoming very decentralized, right?
yeah, well, you guys can centralize it in a location if you want, but each person needs a locker for themselves in theory.
I mean, I was assuming we were gonna just more or less switch the places around. Armory goes into technical, technical goes into armory.
Oh, you're free.
Yeah,
to,
that was what
okay.
I thought too.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
But we were keeping the two lockers up here with everyone's suits in.
Oh yeah.
So, because there's like, there's literally 8 lockers.
It's
There's
literally
8 of us. So,
Well, in theory, there would be 8 of you. You have 2 empty caskets, basically.
Yeah. but
in case you
there's
want to.
possibility for 8 of us is what I meant.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Is it possible to put some of the lockers kind of into storage so that they take less space?
Yeah. You can disassemble the lockers and like pile them up in areas.
Since we
Would it
do
be
not
possible to
use
have a-
2 of them.
Sorry, Super Busy?
Where I've put that blue square, would it be possible to have some kind of workbench?
Absolutely. In fact, you can. Yeah. Here, you have like a nice. Well, okay, nice maybe is a bad word, but you can use the steel plate if you want, or I just give you a meeting table, basically. You take some of the. So you actually had some tables Actually, I didn't even need to do that. You literally had some other tables in the corner of your room that you were kind of using. And so you kind of take them and stick them together. And this is basically the ship's workbench now. Let me... So the armory is now over where technical was, and technical is where the armory was. And there are some lockers in the crew holding, which basically hold some general... Just everyone's guns are in the crew holding area in case you really need to... In case you get raided and you absolutely need some help. Or it's up to you where you want to put your stuff, really.
I was gonna say everyone's suits are in crew holding.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Because at that point, if hull breach, we don't all suffocate the moment we get out of crew holding.
Probably a really good idea.
That's why I was thinking it.
With you saying you wanted to centralize these 4 outer turrets, where on earth are you planning on putting them unless I combined them into one console?
I was hoping that would be an option, and at that point, either in like data processing or in the bridge.
Yeah.
Is that something I'm allowed to do?
one of these-
Bridge?
Wire them up into one console?
So if I think about... So, okay, wiring them into one console is very difficult because you'd only really be able to control one group of them at a time. You can probably squeeze it into data processing like 1 or 2 consoles, but it'd be very difficult. You might need to squeeze stuff into mess and conference, which, I mean, mess and conference can be moved.
Yeah, we're not exactly going to be using it too much, I don't think.
Yeah, mess and conference can go into one of the
Can we
external
not
rooms.
run code to control multiple groups at once?
Yes, but there's only so much you can show on one screen. There's only so much you can track about a gun on one screen. And it's
it could switch the camera when it switches the shooting area of another group.
Oh, absolutely, but then you'd only really be able to see one group at a time, and that's...
I think the
that's
comment I would
mostly the
make
problem.
with that is we can, but to make it effective, we'll need to be higher level and have someone code some form of AI
Yeah,
to shoot the
some like...
half of the
So,
floors.
like the AI Audi is coding right now.
Hey, Audi, there we go.
Pretty much.
Yeah, Audi is
But
coding
it's
right
not
now.
finished yet, so...
True.
No, AIV is a little bit away from being completed. Okay, do you guys want to move Mason Conference or not really? Do you want to just leave it where it is?
Well, if we move Mess and Conference, we can put the 4 guns in there. So if maybe
exactly.
we put Mess and Conference into one of these corner rooms.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
very happy with that.
Meeting up, or we could just meet up in the bridge or something if we needed to.
Yeah, I mean, you can even
like,
meet up in
Bridge or cargo.
yeah, you can even meet up in the armory now. I mean, that's actually there's actually enough
Armory,
space.
crew holding. There's plenty of places we can just meet.
Yeah.
So yeah, move mess and conference, get the 4 turret consoles in there.
Cool. Oh, I like this. This is actually quite fun.
We're being tactical about what we want to know in where in our ship.
I like it. You're making it your own, and that's what I want you to do. I really like it. It's nice.
Will there be any purpose to have both the fabricators? Will it, for instance, speed up production?
Yeah.
First make simple stuff and then put the simple stuff into the advanced one to make the better stuff.
Yes, no, absolutely that can work. Yeah, you can
It
absolutely.
would be faster, but I would also like to disassemble the base one just to have a look at it and see if there's anything interesting in it.
Yeah,
I mean, at that point, yeah, we should be able. If you should be more than capable of just disassembling it and putting it back together. That should.
We did
be a problem
disassemble
for
the
us.
more advanced one though. So did we not see what we could have
There's a
seen?
learning role from a basic one, just if there's anything interesting in it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you learn a bit. Oh my word. Yeah, okay. Your standard very high tech role. So make a note of this, Super Busy. You learn a decent amount about basic fabrication equipment and the way that the machinery works. To the degree that you could probably improve basic fabricators a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, labs. I
Yeah.
want all 4 of the turret consoles.
Yep.
In this conference.
Got it. Just moving them slowly, taking a bit of time.
That's fair.
And let's just leave it one table there, just in case.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to go somewhere,
mean,
unless you
yeah.
just vent it. Okay, cool. So there's the
No, I'd rather not waste resources like that.
Mhm.
If anything, we'd disassemble it into base components
respectable.
as best we could.
Yeah, and you could absolutely do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
let's
Not necessarily at the moment.
Yeah.
It can wait.
Okay. So after you guys spend a good while rejiggering your entire ship. So during this time, you guys get in your ship, and you leave the scavengers and you have their contact details, and you talk to them, and you've gotten a bit of a nice rapport with them. Despite one of the crew having accidentally died. Anyway, so you guys go and you rendezvous with A43 again, and you basically tell them what's happened. And understandably, poor old Yollop is poor old Ferb Kanesh is a bit disturbed by this, very disturbed. And
Like, yep. No, this shit right here is why I'm fucking stopping being a deep staker.
Basically that's what he says. Yes, he's this is why he's this is why he's tired of this. And he says, all right, well, if that bastard if that guy did this, I'm being assassinated. Okay.
Good.
Oh, my life, yeah. Down with the Supreme. Okay, so, and he's basically like, what, Jonas?
Damn straight. Down with the Supreme.
For freedom forever. What is? I can't actually remember what the Aporian for freedom forever is. Oh, basically the Rebel Battalion have their own version of like very friendly, which is cool. So okay, what is it saying? Oh yeah, so Yolop Ferris Kanesh is like, yeah, basically he's very annoyed with that, and he's very distressed by it as well. He says, okay, we actually had suspicion that there might have been moles in our midst, but I didn't realize it was this bad. And he basically ends up telling you that Ajax Paulson was the second in command of Deep A71. And that if this is true, and if Ajax Paulson is actually a bad guy, that this could spell serious danger for a number of deep sticks. And he says, thank you, that's very useful information. You also, of course, tell him about the scavengers. Yeah.
And I tell him that I sent the same message off to RB Highcom.
Okay, great. And he says, excellent. He would have done that as well. And he was, but yeah. So you tell him that he says he's going to go compile another report to back up what you just said. He'll go and report it as well. You also show him the data file and everything. You also, of course, show him the destroyed ship. And he's like, yeah. This is definitely. And you tell him there was LSN work and all these other things. And basically, he ends up telling you where they would probably have gone. There's the specific backup point that if you're ever in extreme trouble, you go here. And it's in a different solar system, but they had a little ship that would have probably been able to do it. Their escape pod could have done it. And he basically tells you where it is.
They did say they were abandoning Deep.
Mm.
So that might just end up meaning they're going straight up suicide mission for something big.
Maybe. And Kanesh sits back and he says, yeah, it's probably likely. They might be doing something insane.
If they are, all I can say to them, or in their honor, is Godspeed.
Yeah. So you tell Ferb Kanesh, and he sends out little data packages to other deep sticks, and he starts passing the message around. Also, you go to your ship's where is it now? Where is it? It is. I'm a blind. You go to the ship's data repository, and you hammer in the character, the big string of numbers, and the name Max Strawfield, and it basically comes up with Max's bio and sort of a limited showing of his information. And yes, he was one of the newly joined. He was one of the newly joined versions of. He was one of the new members of A71, specialized in hacking and other things. Okay, let me just do this. A71 to hash. By the way, this is your little database. If you ever get information, you can basically well, you can't enter it into this, but you can, if we discover information, then you'll go to the database, you'll hammer it in, and then it'll unlock a repository segment. Basically, the system is built in such a way that you can only access information if you kind of know what you're looking for.
Yeah,
Just
and
slow
we're
stuff.
assuming we're gonna sweep off the A43 data file, because we're done with that.
Yeah. You scrub it. You scrub it. Cool.
Because it's mission completed.
Mm,
There's no need for it to be there anymore.
awesome. Max Strawfield bio data traction would be 0502. Okay. Max, yeah, yeah. So you get information on Max Strawfield. You also enter in for like Ajax Plowson, and
I
yeah.
check every name I saw.
Absolutely, yes. You check. So actually, let me just make this even more. Let me make this more of a general repository, because this would just be A71 crew data. 71 crew data, because you check through all of them basically.
Yeah.
And you actually can't find a record of Ajax Plowson. He must have been very new or never documented. Write that down. He must have either been very new or never documented, because it doesn't show up in the crew manifold. Of course, Castria for Gaffy shows up, but he doesn't. Ajax Plowson doesn't show up. Okay, nice. And then, yeah. My life. Super busy. What are you watching? Yeah. What?
Should we use 3 hours?
Shit, I don't fucking care anymore.
4 at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys end up spending the next.
I do also pass that information along to Yola, that Plowson doesn't show up in files.
Which just ends up distressing him even more. And he's like, what the hell? So yes, okay, you pass it on to him, and similarly, yeah. Very interesting information. And you actually include that in the message you end up sending off to Rebel Battalion Deep Operations Command.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So you send that off to them, which is very useful information. And so you guys end up spending the next week effectively skirting the solar system, talking to A43. A43 eventually says that it's now time they have to go off, and so they end up VGPing off. They say they're going off to deal with a mission, but they can't tell you what, in case of reasons. So
yeah, that's perfectly understandable. Godspeed, gentlemen.
Yeah. Good old Ferris Kanesh gives you a good old salute, and they bugger off. Over the next week, you guys effectively spend time, number one, mapping out your approach to this rendezvous point that those rebels have got. Probably, actually, you guys are probably going to end up GVPing in that direction to get there.
Yeah.
So you guys spend like the next week.
That is going to be the next target for us.
Yeah. You guys spend actually not a week. You guys spend the next like day and a half traveling there. Not even. It would be like maybe a couple minutes and you're there, even with VGP. And you're there, but you spend the next week just basically flying through the solar system, and carefully and while avoiding people, trying to locate this evac area. And during that time, you move technical to the armory, and the armory to technical, and you rewire all the guns to the mess and conference, and you do all this insane stuff. What's the blue box for, so busy?
Can we extend that table by one, because it's annoying me it's not central?
You take some metal and extend the table. There you go. Enjoy.
Did we just use resources for that?
Super busy. Did you just use resources for that?
Yes, it was annoying me that much.
No, you don't.
We have a bunch of spare tables. It's fine. We can melt them.
I
down.
just saw the
Don't worry
the end
about
of
it.
one of them and handed it on.
No, it's fine. You just
Yeah, like, it's
expand this
fine,
table.
don't
It's
worry
not a
about it.
problem. I love Alex. He's just like, did you just spend resources on that? Oh, Alex.
Just the immediate. God bless.
You're right, Alex. Completely right.
I approve though.
Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So no, you don't spend resources on it. Don't worry. No wasted steel this time. Over the next week, I'll map out what resources you actually gained from the disassembled stuff and the other things. I'll actually make a proper list of it.
Yeah, we will have to work a lot on that.
Yeah. You and me will do some good work on that. Besides that, yeah, that drone is damaged, needs repair. The other drone is damaged, the other drone is actually damaged beyond repair. And the other
I
drone
just want to find some salvage in it.
I get you.
And maybe learn.
No, that's good, yeah. I want you to too. Yeah, and then there's all the medical stuff, and you move the rooms, and over the next while you start plotting out the idea of expanding the technical room, but that's going to take a little bit longer. Okay. And then I actually need to adapt the map for those things. Okay, nice. All right, guys, that's our first session done with. Thank you very much. That was very fun.
Thank you.
And I'll see you guys next week at the same time, hopefully.
How long is this recording?
Like 3.5 hours. So it's gonna
We
take
said
me.
we would be doing this for 2. I'm glad we didn't notice.
Well, I mean, we didn't have to. We didn't have to end. So I thought, I don't know. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Welcome to Lapsus Games.
Welcome
Usually
to
do this.
welcome to my games.
Just
You go
a
for like
question.
4 hours. Yes.
Well,
Will that
needs to
big
go to
section in the
bed,
middle where we're waiting for Oddie discussing
I'm gonna go to
Destiny,
bed.
will that just be removed, or are you just going to leave that in?
I'll leave it in, editing it and I might actually do. I'll probably just do some editing. It's fine. I'll do some editing. Unless you guys want me to leave it all in, or if you want me to cut bits out. I mean.
Entirely up to you. I don't care.
Okay, great. I can just
Cut
leave
what
it.
out?
They're fun.
I mean, if you leave it in, everyone will know exactly how long it's been since you recorded this. When
Oh
you
no!
upload it.
Oh wait.
Whenever that ends up happening.
Oh yeah, I need to end the recording. Hi everybody.
I uploaded all my stuff at an hour after I actually did it. So
Sorry, abstruse. One more time. Sorry, couldn't hear you.
when I uploaded, I just uploaded as immediately as I just stopped playing.
No, I mean like I do the same thing. It's just that sometimes I don't. I do the same thing, except that I don't.
Sometimes?
You
You never upload though.
Exactly.
Like,
It
ever.
always takes 3 weeks to upload.
3 weeks.
I need to,
That's cute.
I basically need to throttle South Africa's entire internet to upload a video. It's great. I love it.
I mean, 3 months is a lot closer to the actual truth.
Wow, you're not wrong.
I mean,
Okay.
there are plenty of videos that still haven't been uploaded.
Oh crap, you're right. Actually, yes. There's so many videos. So many videos. Oh.
You used to have them videos.
Sorry, Odie?
You used to have them videos.
Yes, actually. I have everything. I think. Some stuff I lose because it's on different hard drives, and then they get lost, and then my hard drive died, remember? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I got a lot of it back, but
You-
like some of it I
that-
can't remember where it
Labs,
was.
You should probably end the video.
Right, okay, hi everybody. So, until next time, well, okay, is there anything else we want to talk about? No?
No.
Okay.
I have a thing.
Yes, Alex.
Yeah, since we have blocked off one of the airlocks,
Yes.
we were talking about basically taking apart one of the internal turrets and just merging it into the other one.
Yes.
Is that possible?
Yeah. Take a little bit of extra
mean-
time though. You guys just moved technical and reassembled
Yeah.
a massive thing.
I was gonna say, to be honest, I was debating on seeing about getting the guns on that turret, seeing if we could get some kind of basic exosuit frame and getting the 2 guns on that turret on there.
Yeah. Oh, also, sorry,
That's what I was
my life.
thinking about.
By the way, remember that extra gun you disassembled? Let me just quickly give that to you. I nearly
Which extra
forgot.
one? The absolutely huge one.
The absolutely huge one. Look at the top right.
Oh yeah, we can mount those on my exosuit.
I
Yeah, not happening.
doubt that.
given those
somehow
immense
find
carefree shit.
At that point, it's not going to be an exosuit. It's going to be a mech.
It'll be a mech. It'll be great. Oh.
I'm not complaining though.
I mean, you could take one and put it on your gun. You could take one of the guns and put it on your vehicle. You just have a spinally mounted Illyrian cannon on your
I
tank.
was more thinking of just disassembling them and using the parts to make better big guns, but
I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can
I
upgrade your ship
wouldn't mind.
weapons. That's doable. But it'll take more time. Okay. All right. So that's session done. I'm gonna go to sleep now. So until next time, everybody. Cheerio.
God bless.
Respects.